Clutching a splintered shield and a stick, Yachin heard screams and remembered two things: his name and his pathetical level 0 status. He eyed the beast. Fighting wasn't his gig. He was a glorified trash collector, barely surviving on scraps. Society basically saw zero rankers like him as deadweight wastes of space. Jin stared at the monstrosity. Yeah, everyone thought he was useless. But he gripped his sad little twig tighter and roared, channeling pure, desperate rage. He knew the world saw him as garbage. He lunged, screaming he wouldn't rot in a gutter. He went ham on the beast. A blue system screen popped up in front of his face, critical hit on the spirit wolf. Back in Sidigi, he stood before the Class C Abyss Gate, zoning out. Seconds later, he stepped through. Senior scavenger duty called. Suddenly, a voice cut in. Some punk nearby yelled at him to hurry up, calling him a total loser. His job, cleaning up monster guts and loot after the real heroes finish playing. Why does that matter? Because the suits upstairs don't want regular folks getting their hands on the goods. Chin spotted Class C crystals ahead. 50,000 yuan a pop. His heart did a back. Suddenly, his partner stomped on the crate, sneering at him like he was a sewer rat. The kid reminded him they'd split the take piece by piece. Steal one shard, no cash, and straight to the slammer. Chin nodded calmly. I know the drill. Abyss scavenging is dirty work, reserved for the powerless. If the combat team missed a monster, the janitors get eaten. High-stakes janitorial work? Chin knew. A run paid 300 credits, minus the management cut. Of course, with a 670,000 credit debt hanging over him, he had to hustle. His buddy slid over. Got a gig paying 3,000 yuan. Chin was totally floored by the payout number. You hate money or something? The guy teased. Chin didn't hesitate. Before long, they were on the bus, heading out. They were bound for the Shenfang Mall. News said a Class A Abyss had opened up there. One guy muttered, no wonder the pay is insane. Another joked about looting gear off the corpses of the losers who didn't make it, while someone grumbled that corporate suits treat them like cattle. Chin stared out the window, lost in thought. The others chatted about how some genius decided to turn hellscapes into cash cows. It started 10 years ago. The big event? Abyss gates erupted from the ground. Suddenly, humanity was on the menu for a horde of nightmares. The kicker? Only the chosen ones could fight back. First boss down, and boom, loot galore. Magic gems and epic gear. Map cleared. Boring. Humanity jumped straight into the abyss. Money followed the monsters. Normal jobs died. All cash flowed into dungeon diving. Broke. Tough luck, Doc said. We run a hospital, not a charity. Can't afford Sis's meds? They literally kick her to the curb. He pleaded for just 2 more days. Worse, landlord pounding the door, screaming for 2 months' rent. Dude chucked invoices right in his grill. Pay up or get lost. Loser. World hating on him. He slumped on a wet bench in the rain, knowing the job market for broke guys was absolute trash. Totally screwed. Then, a creepy hand popped up. Held a card. Quick cash. 08. Suspicious. Yeah. He looked up, desperate. Soggy face. Maybe tears. Voice asked. Need cash? Kid, grab the car clutch. Just your organs as security. On the bus, his buddy yapped away. Borrowed 1 million, blew it on stocks. Now my kidney is toast. He pulled his cap down, sweating buckets, and listened. Gotta pay Sis's huge med bills. No choice. Guy said dying's easier than finding that cash. Stuck being a dungeon janitor till he croaks. Cleanup crew hopped off. The pros were waiting. Move it. Death is waiting. They scrambled behind the raid team. Our boy looked up, gritting his teeth. Get rich, survive. Let's go. Staz followed them into the buried mall dungeon. Class B zone. He scoped the place out. Jaw dropped. Never seen a high-level zone before. The pros gave him a nasty ooh. Rookie glare. Before they could trash talk, monsters spawned. Big guy, instantly, yelled for Loken already. We just got here. Teammates shouted. Chill. It's just some spirit wolves. Lao Chun threw hands up. Unleashed his ult on the beasts. Wolves got wrecked. Just howled and snapped teeth. Seconds later, totally toast. Jock gripped his sword. Stay sharp. Demons are sneaky. The glasses dude asked the plan. Leader stayed silent. Finally, pointed his sword up. Floor 5. Move. She blinked at the floor just Hulk out. It seemed like level 1 was suddenly 5 times wider and 3 times taller. Glasses guy clocked it immediately. Classic abyss logic. Chill rapper. Chaotic center. But where'd the dead bodies vanish to? He spun around too. The loot goblins. Find the corpses. This ain't a field trip, losers. One dude just dropped. Tie his shoe? Who cares where the noobs wander off to? They'd just screw it up anyway. Then our boy face Lao snapped. Watch where you're going. Clumsy. He yanked him up by the collar like a wet cat. Sweating buckets, the kid started stammering apologies. Chun roared. It really ticks me off when I step on garbage. then cracked that he mistook Chin for a monster. Buff guy checked Lao. Focus. Bro, we got a job to do. Can't breathe, our hero wheezed out. He dropped him, then sneered. If you're trash, stay out of my lane. Jan scraped himself off the floor, thinking Chun was a total tool. The other guy cracked a joke about their dream team. He wasn't focused on his raid party or grinding levels. Just the scavenger's total, dead weight. That's what he calls level zeros. Our boy squinted, zipped his lips, and laser focused on thin air. Gears were turning. A pop-up flashed. 99 out of 100 XP. He reread it on loop. Totally shook him. Suddenly, screams erupt. Demon beast incoming. Run for it. But he froze up like a statue. Sweating buck. Who knew the battle group kid was such a chicken? The beast raged. A ping showed the wolf spirit's health was basically zero. Critical hit time? Kid eyed the monster. Nervous sweat dripping down. He spotted a level 1 wooden shield and a stick. Great gear. He watched the growling. Fanged wolf. Critical HP. It's literally one hit away. Gonna be tough. He hyped himself up. No backing down now. He charged the demon wolf with his wooden twig. This was it. The beast snarled, eyes glowing with hate. But the kid wasn't fleeing this time. He sprinted, vaulted onto its head, and screamed, die. He grinned at the screen. 0 damage points used. Behind him, the squad roasted him. Chin's such a total noob. They couldn't believe he was actually clueless that soloing monsters is basically suicide. Gritting his teeth, he charged, thinking he knew it all. Seconds later, his stat screen popped up in his face. The demon wolf charged straight at our boy, bearing massive fangs. It sent him running for the hills. He knew his trash gear wouldn't scratch even a weak mob. Ken grit his teeth, siding the beast, thinking he had an edge. Knew he was in a pinch and had to go all out. Suddenly, Chun showed up, laughing hard at the noobs, scrambling in panic. Dead wolves lay piled at his feet. Big guy noted, normal kills give loot, but demon beasts? Zilch? He ordered. Grab the rares, leave the trash for the cleaners. The girl pointed and told the boss, hey, missed a spot. One's alive. Someone yelled, demon beast, leg it, fast. The scream was loud enough to wake the dead. Lao pointed at the purple gear. That's mine, don't touch. Meanwhile, a huge beast struck our hero, making him wince. Using his last breath, the kid screamed, he never die like a scrub, and whacked it with a stick. Fueled by rage, he jammed the stick right in its eye. A pop-up confirmed a fatal crit and massive damage. The monster was toast. 0 threat left. Kneeling, he stared at it, sweat dripping down his face. Squinting, he let out a manic, stress-fueled laugh. Standing up, fists clenched, he cackled like a madman, loud enough to echo through the whole dungeon. Lao walked up, sneering. Look, the stray dog got lucky. Grabbing his shirt, he scoffed. Think you're a hero. You're suicidal. Chun shook the kid, saying, we ain't here to haul your corpse home. Yay, new hitting level 1. Joining a battle group and snagging a specialty class. But you need XP first. Noobs can't beat demon beasts. It's literally a death wish. He knew players risked it all to snipe an easy kill. You gotta have serious patience for that. Waiting months just to snag 1 XP from a demon beast. Shin stared hard. Ahead, only way to level up, conditions are perfect. A system alert flashed in. Front of EA, 100 experience points gained. Seconds later, a new ping. Level up. Sweating buckets, Lao screamed. The dude was a total loser, and asked if he finally leveled. Brel smirked, seeing the level up alert pop up. Saw LVL1 but frowned. Still a scavenger, maxed at 1. Lame. Shen pulled a face, pouting hard with snot leaking. Then cracked up crying with laughter. Yelled LVL1 but still a trash boy. Maxed out at the bottom. Lao grabbed him. Again, dying of laughter. Literally couldn't stop. Said it's rare, but he's still trash. Crew. Fits him. He walked up and saw the squad bailed. Stuck cleaning the mess. Solo. Kid spun, yelling he had some juicy tea to spill. Stared at his hands. All bloody from the wolf fight. Scavengers are so weak. Realized at level 1. No gear helps him climb. Walked to the dead beast. What scavenger gear? Corpse. Lit up blue. Actually looked kinda dope. Then a pop-up said to find recyclable junk. The wolf bod eyed the recycle. Prompt nervously. Do it or not? He clicked yes. Froze. A moochie-handed freak spawned behind him, sweating hard. Is this the trash man perk? He asked. Big glowing claws dragged the corpse over. So creepy. Wolf just got slurped. He said. Stood quiet. Saw recycling. ... Alert. Before he could blink, the done ping hit. Got ghost dash skill and 3 gear points.
Nice.
Shook that corpse's drop cards and points. Sheen bugged his eyes. Opened the stats menu to check the D. Pop-Op said, need 3 dex points to use. Mind blown? No brainer. Dumped gear points into dex instantly. Message said all set. Had for Dex now. System asked. Use 3. He stared ahead. Didn't think. Said yes instantly. Poop green light hit him. Closed eyes. Arms out. Checked his hands. Grimaced. Is that it? Saw zero difference as someone barked at him. Sweaty! He yelled coming. Bolted like a rocket. Screaming his head off. Chin's face totally morphed in shock. Dude ignored his feet and snagged a tree root. Gravity won. And he stared ahead. Was that skill always there? Saw Ghost Dash cooling down and cheered. He sat up, shut his eyes, and exhaled. A sec later, his peepers popped open. Eyes wide, pupils shrunk to pin. Saw a ton of recyclable trash spam. Said he'd loot skills too. Scavenger perk? He grinned. Abyss janitors are actually open. XP notifs started popping like crazy. Noticed that first. Wolf, Ghost Recycle. Snagged him that Ghost Dash move. Then, no skills and lame point drops. Guess he needs fresh monster meat for loot. He decided to check his own stats. And saw 111 points banked. He squinted. Where to dump these stats? He didn't waste time thinking. And split, even, quick and lazy. Boom, his scores spiked big time. Meanwhile, the boys fought demon wolves. Jock hyped. Only 2 beasties left. Asked Lau. Did he really go trash main? Paused. Didn't even know that existed. Glossus smirked. 3 hidden jobs drop. Yearly, but most are just meme tier. Chun scowled at the info. Max level 1. He's a total noob. So, nothing changed. Jock gripped his sword. Forget him, move out. Stay sharp, boys. They nodded and marched. Down the tunnel toward a bright glow. Jock froze. Sensed vibes. Squeezed his hilt. Everyone sweated. Jaws hitting the floor. A massive nightmare beast loomed there. Lau spotted the mission target. And the Falcon Captain's nasty remains. Girl asked, how's that huge thing fit here? Glasses said, it's barely been hours since the shift. Yet these Bodhies look 10 years old. Pure magic. We fought scrubs. How'd B-Class Falcon fail? They checked the ground and were total shock when the beasts grabbed their legs. Someone spotted more than just beasties. Here, newsflash mall pit, 827 peeps. The jock scowled, blood dripping. ... His mug, screaming. Gear up, guys. Total ambush. We were fenced in bad. Chun threw hands up, casting and yelling. Where's the Bodhies? Right there, dude. Jock yelled the small fry were just bait. He pointed far off. We all looked. His eyes went pins. ... Final boss ahead, he gasped. C-Sping. Class A killer veggie. Lau was sweating bullets. ... Screaming, heads up. Squat. Saw a zombie mob coming in hot. Our boy just chillin' with his bag. Screen read recycling. Totally zen. Pop-up appeared. He scored. ... 50 bods recycled. He was stoked. Cheered hard as the system promised loot. Snagged a heart-shaped weapon. ... And a dagger card. Wiped his sweaty eyes. Shaken mad. The rewards were total junk. Pretty ironic, honestly. He snapped up big rumble. Swiveled his head to listen. Spotted something headed his way. Boom. Scary monster right in his face. Terrified, eyes, tiny, biting his lip. Hero saw, the beast was ... super close, but he dodged last sec. Agiliton, sick dodge. Scared me stiff. Thought I was toast. Froze. Realizing he'd ... gotten faster, agility leveled up. Lips pursed. He definitely felt quicker. While daydreaming, the beast closed in. Inches from his face. Didn't run. He threw hands hard. Zombie raged. But Sheen was chill. Now, realized he was faster and stronger. Time to pop ghostly jerk. Fist clenched, eyes blazing. My turn. He lunged at the beast, screaming, yelling that the damage output was gonna be massive. Boom. HUD says, power skill live. Defense smashed, 100% damage. Sick. Bro pumped his fist like, yes. Smirked and said this version of him was literally cracked. He stared hard at the floating screen. Reading that as intel stat, spotted the weak points. Then he saw the ugly mob creeping up, groaning weirdly. Ping. Warning. It's a Holovel zombie. Just great. Thing screeching, but the system spilled the tea. Weakness is fire, and the sweet spot is the neck. Didn't hesitate 0 to 60 strushing the beast. Went total ham on the zombie, and it got super salty. Dude braced himself. Remembering the cheat code? Aim for the neck. Popped, luck skill, swung the blade. Enemies leaking now. Gripped the shank tighter, staring down the ugly mug. Ready to rumble? But ding! Target eliminated. It dropped dead instantly. Had some gross zombie goo on his arm. Nasty stuff. Another pop-up flashed. Skill check. Body resisting, plant poison engaged. Squeezed a knife, grinning. First, kill, baby. System E hits him with updates. Found recyclable. Trash. The corpse? Asked Bennett. Chin was like, heck yeah, recycle that. Minutes later, done. Unlocked poison resistance. Read the card. Poison effects now. Buff me? No way. Bro was wondering. Can I chug venom like soda? Used a card. Alert. Resistance added. +5 stat points. We take those. Stats menu popped up, showing the full D. He spawned an item called Decomposition. Nasty, toxic sludge. Do not eat. Held the poison vial like a forbidden energy shot. Said with his race, this junk should turn into buffs. Sips it slow. Let's see if I die or fly. Ping. Because of poison resistance. That toxic gunk turned into pure healing vibes. Hollered. Yo, my HP is fully back. Alert says 10 mins left. He yelled. This skill is OP. I feel cracked. Another sign flashed, reminding him, more intel equals spotting more weak spots. So he dumped points straight into that stat. Boom. Hero stats shifted instantly. Intel is now 10 points higher than the rest. He peered forward, eyes squinting, until a weird noise crept up behind him. Glancing sideways, he wondered, did I seriously miss a creep? But spinning around, his brain just froze for a second. A massive horde of zombies was staring right at him. Flashback time, everyone always calling him deadweight trash. 0 skills. That was the only vibe anyone ever gave him. He leveled his dagger, ready to prove those haters wrong. I'm Yachin, the cleaner, he thought, yelling at the ghouls. You're the trash. Come get some. Meanwhile, things were going south for the other squad. The Falcon group was getting absolutely wrecked by the undead. The tank hid behind his shield, barely holding on. Teeth gritted, face twisted in total panic. Sweating buckets, he cursed. Why are these corpses so Even worse, a hungry veggie monster decided to join the party. Panic mode engaged. Retreat, bail. The kid screamed to his crew. Lao took off like he was powered by energy drinks. The team looked like a total disaster zone. Some were already tagged. Four Eyes, yeah, he was toast. The beast pounced on him. Game over, man. They're on our 6th. The tank yelled, but Chun just sprinted, terrified of their power. He zoomed ahead, ignoring absolutely everything. Blind panic kicking in while Blondie was still back there swinging. Lao scowled. Came for loot, not to die like a noob, he thought. The big guy turned just in time to see, that weasel out ditching them like a scared rat jumping ship. Yo, where you going? He hollered. We're a team. But the zombies creeping closer didn't care about teamwork. Lao paused. Sorry, bruh. You hold him off. He sped up, yelling back. I'll chip in for your casket. Way too many ghouls swarmed in. Shield guy was done for, wheezing Lao's name with his last breath. Lao was dripping sweat, heart pounding like a drum. Better him than me, he figured. I lose nothing. Plus, he'd already snagged some sweet loot. Now, would lie to tell the guild about everyone croaking, not watching where he was going. He slammed right into our hero. Bonk. Lao wiped out, hands over his mouth to stifle a scream, and looked up. He blinked. It was just the trash guy. Did you seriously bail on your cap? Yachin asked. Silence. The traitor just stared past the hero's shoulder. Pure terror was dripping down his face. Scrambling up, he gawked. Did you kill all these? Hearing screams, Lao realized. Asterisk can't leave witnesses. He'll snitch. Asterisk. He glared at the kid with a nasty look. Time for you to toughen up, he sneered. By being zombie chow. He launched a kick, aiming to knock the kid right into the jaws of death. Then, sudden plot twist. System alert. Force blocked. Returning damage to sender. L.O. Chun hit the deck, salty and swearing. Screaming insults at our boy like a total Karen. Our hero glared. Traitor. Nah, you're just trash. Then, bam. He unleashed the power right back at him. Dude was screeching like a dying seal. Hero just chilled. Reading the recycling started prompt. But oops, a message. Trash too toxic to recycle. The trash mob flopped. Ye realized. Just delete him. A holoscreen popped up in front of the guy. Trash recycling skill leveled up. Nice. Now he needs consent to recycle. Plus, a 3-minute XP card? He stared at the guy. Dead silence. Silence is a yes. He smirked. Super handy. Time to cash in that XP card. Let's go. Got Flame Lord Fireball. Costs 15 smarts. He's got 50. And it upgrades to Big Bang. Spicy? Zombies were groaning, sniffing out a fresh snack nearby. He spun around and yikes, a massive undead mosh pit behind the glass. He reached out. Where's the on switch for this? Kaboom, the blast nearly knocked him on his butt. The flames vanished as fast as they popped up, leaving him in a totally empty room. He panicked. No, I needed to recycle those guys. Nothing left but a pile of dust. He stood there confused. Then ninja attack from above. Spidey senses tingled, and he dodged just in time. Assassin kept swiping, but our boy was dancing around him. Sword spawned in hand. Time to fight back. Sweat was dripping down his face, thinking, man, my melee game is weak. He yelled, hold on, unless you want a round 2? Ding! Golden shield card unlocked. No hesitation. He popped that shield Minutes later, that enemy was toast. He grabbed him. Recycling time. RIP buddy. Another system alert. Flashed. Dagger mastery. Now he's a shank-proof pro. The kid equipped it. Being a trash man ain't bad. While bashing monsters, a quest prompt popped up. Mission, find the Falcon Squad. He kept hacking zombies, defending against, guarded them with a gold shield and gave a thumbs up. No bodies meant failing the quest, and 0 cash loot. A pop-up pinged saying the recycling was totally successful. Snagged the brutality skill plus strength and dexterity buffs. Plus, he unlocked control immunity. He eyed the zombie. Bro, I know the meta. Don't lecture me. Then they bugged him again, asking if he spotted that Falcon hunting squad. Skimmed the text. Found one, but I already recycled him. Whoops. Another text popped up. Wait, seriously recycled? He texted back that some dude dragged him into the abyss. This was all about our main character. Lao sat in the hot seat while admins discussed him being the sole survivor. Found him reset to level 1. A glitch they'd never seen. Chun screamed that the guy scrapped his own skills. Here's the proof. Dude is totally a scavenger class. Mods saw high pollution levels and thought he was tripping, but he yelled, "No cap." Meanwhile, our hero chilled by the entrance to the Barrank Abyss zone. He pawned magic crystals on the black market, but only got 30% back. The crystal trade is rigged, a total monopoly game. Private deals are banned. The black market takes a 70% cut. He worried about using his refining hacks in front of other players. They definitely snitched to the committee. Staring at his hand, he realized he'd unlocked a hidden class. They'd cage him and treat him like a science experiment. He figured he needed to grind some quick cash while still free. The raid leader rallied everyone up and said this abyss just spawned and the map was totally unknown, meaning the reward payout was double. He called for class changers. They stepped up, asking what the guy thought. Checked his stats. Kid flashed his badge. Level 1 garbage man. Someone in the back led hard in the head. Honcho asked where a noob like him got such guts. Some kid yelled he should stick to his own kind. He figured if they thought he was a scrub, it'd confuse him. He'd hang at the back and stealth recycle corpses unnoticed. That was his 200 IQ master plan. Someone shouted at the boss to let the guy off the hook. People whispered it was the Louis heiress with her new god tier class. The girl told the guy to just take the kid along since they were short on players anyway. She was the guild's rising MVP, the chosen one, Liu Xingjian. The boss called him a level 1 noob who couldn't do zip, but the blonde shrugged. Whatever, we just need the numbers. The dude smirked, claiming they were just on guard duty. She was the boss, but Chin was already stressing about expulsion. Number 2, not his first time playing the total loser role. Anyway, he eyed the girl. Deja vu hit hard her face, and name rang a serious bell. The young guy racked his brain. Bingo. He met Lu Jen 2 years back. He was fighting a mega bear when a pop-up flashed. 1 death blow point scored. Seconds later, the beast was toast. 0 threat level remaining. Lu gawked. You're seriously just a scavenger? She asked, totally shook. How'd you even wreck that monster? He grinned. Beginner's luck. Scored 1 whole XP point. He checked on Lu. She muttered. Heard of this grinding struck, but never saw anyone crazy enough to actually try it. She widened her. Peepers. You legit get XP that way? But why though? Cash money, baby? He shrugged coolly. Lu sweat. Way too risky? She scoffed. Chin snagged the loot. Tons of crystals. Sadly, not all mine. He checked the gem. Risky? Maybe you're lucky. You have a class. You don't know the struggle out here. He's stuffed to loot in his pack. No squad here. Beast shows up. I just YOLO it. The girl said she wanted Gaines to be the first to clear that zone. Chin looked nervous. Totally thrown off. Then Lu asked, why do you want to switch classes so bad? He smirked. Gotta protect the fam. It's for them. She grinned back. So, what's your handle, mystery guy? He locked eyes with the horizon. Ya Chin. Lu Xing, Jan. She replied. Bet you'll get that class upgrade someday. When you do, I'm down to recruit ya. Let's raid that dungeon together. They shook on it. Just don't hold me back when it's go time, he teased. Change classes first. Noob, she shot back. I'm at 30 kills. You're at 1. Suddenly, 2 guards spawned. They rushed Lu. We've been searching everywhere. Why'd you bolt into the abyss? One cried. The other barked at Chin. Back off, trash. They grabbed Lu, blabbing about how their boss was gonna rage quit on their necks. She screamed, let me go. Ignored. She chucked a crystal at Chin. Catch it. Dude had snagged it instantly. Scratched his finger. But whatever. Lu yelled, eyes wide. That's your first loot drop. He held it up. Cheers. Walked on, finally recalling her name. The big boss of the squad barked at AE to stop posing and haul those crystals. He shimmied up to Lu, swearing he wouldn't be total dead weight today. She eyed him hard, telling him to grab his junk so they could bounce. They hit the portal, and the big cheese yelled charge. Everyone totally loved that. Gripping his bag, our guy hoped to snag cash and not die. Simple goals. He flashed back to escaping that nightmare abyss with the shiny golden shield skill. Plus, he snagged a wicked dagger card. Now he slashed like a ninja and was poke-proof. Also, scored a berserk card. That hellhole dropped, epic loot. Chin recalled mobbing through tons of zombies. Total grind, but he got the boss skill. Plant style. Mega healing. Dude knew perfectly well that he could pick any job now with zero downsides. So he spread his bonus stats out like butter. He realized he'd basically farmed every single scrap from that abyss. Wonder what level equals 100 points. Pop-up. His all-seeing eye cheat code just kicked in. He checked out the big guy, 12 strength, but only 1 brain cell. The squad trekked down endless halls. Boom. The walls did a shimmy. They spun around. Earthquake, asked the point man. Ken shoved a brick back. LOL place is glitchy. He laughed. Loot chest. Someone yelled. Hero guys sighed, relieved. Boss grumbled, noting they had 0 rogues, and this box was high. Chin raised a hand. I'll crack it. Silence fell. Click. Open. Picking locks is stupid easy, he thought. The boss stepped up, saying only a level 4+ rogue could do that. Chin shrugged. Level 1 scavengers do it daily. Bruh, Blondie said they'd split the whole stash later. Let's bounce, he added. He told the girl to stick close. Spooky stuff ahead, huh? Our boy tossed a rock. It ping-ponged off the dusty walls. Clink spikes shot out. Yikes. Deadly. Brunette girl asked, you really? Level 1? Yup. He lied. Scavengers deal with traps constantly. Easy peasy. Lou, hanging off to the side, pursed her lips. She was totally onto him. System dinged. Trap check passed. Sweet. The objective just got way scarier. Everyone gasped while dude patted his own back for being so smart. Suddenly, a card spawned in his hand. Got a busted mace. Boss smirked. Accept it and say thanks. Great E. Felt like total dead weight now. But the squad didn't chill. They kept moving. Too easy, someone said. 0 monsters here. They walked in and saw a sign saying it was a loot room with 0 creeps, a rare dungeon bonus. Elle was like, yo, don't celebrate yet. Watch your 6-4 sneak attacks. Dude grabbed the stone tablet. Jackpot. This is the prize. Held it over the red pot yelling, we rich. Let's bounce. Then boom. Suddenly the red goose sprayed up. System. Blood trial started. Chin in the back was thinking, what a moron. It's a trap, not a gift shop. Monsters popped up, clicking teeth. Total nightmare fuel. Sang-Jan gripped her gear screaming, get ready to throw hands. But the creeps, after a weird, glitchy pause, circled the squad and crept closer. Hero thought, gotta nerf myself to 25% strength. Can't burn my skills? Slapped on a nerf ring. System pinged. Ring owner, picks how much to tank their stats. Thought it was trash loot, but now, the squad huddled up. Creeps closing in. Everyone's freaking out. Bro summoned his little trash spirit as usual. Did it sneaky style and lunged at a monster? Wailed on it. The team was totally shook. Lou whipped her head around. Sweating, she asked. 1-hit KO. Hero gripped his dagger tight. Standing over monster bits. Shing couldn't believe his eyes. No time for brain blasts though. Gotta fight. Horned helmet dude screamed, this is total BS. One smack, and they crumble like cookies. But it kept coming. He panicked. Wait, that's sus. These nightmare things are glitchy as heck. Didn't think, just swung. Swish left, swish right, full send. Brunette and bag smirked. Not bad, pretty cocky. Then her face dropped. Monster kept walking. Thing jumped. The guy, he hit the floor screaming. Girl yelled. Heads don't pop. Is it Lou unleashed her chill skill on the beast, roasting the squad for being total useless noob. She swept the frost off Helmet Head's zone, and the dude stared back like he'd seen a ghost. The girl announced that the gamers ahead were a total bloody nightmare. Acting so lame, she cringed hard. Zine scanned the area, paused a sec, and decided they were all trash. Meanwhile, the creeps weren't backing down. A literal army swarmed in, getting way too cozy with the gang. Too fast, she yelled. Can't even channel my cast time before they wreck us? Kay made a face and said that, since blades were duds here, they had to end this right now. Dude triggered a fresh skill he just unlocked, and BOO a massive explosion. Brunette girl instantly clocked it as a C-tier cast. Shocked her how fast Chin pulled that off. Our MVP stared ahead, chill as ice, while a squad mate wondered if the game was glitching. Crazy that a level 1 noob could pull a move like that. 2 beasts rushed the guy. Instead of bailing, he just squared up and prepped his knuckles. Like, 1 second later, the dude let out a huge scream, and the mobs just stuck in place. A pop-up read? Bloody nightmare shock. Exactly what E was aiming for. Our guy stayed cool. System ping. Berserk mode, unlocked. He went aggro on the mobs solo, since the rest of the team was basically hopeless. The freaky, Nightmare split into squads and started closing in on him. That brunette, just vibing on the sidelines, asked Yo, what is up with that thing? The kid smirked. Sweating bullets, he pointed out. The mobs were morphing into one giant boss. Someone piped up, that thing's way to ope for a beer ink dungeon. For real, it was a king-tier bloody nightmare. Chin sensed a glitch. Blood beasts mimic enemies to buff up, right? So who the heck was it copying now? The beast didn't pause, just kept stomping toward our boy. He dodged, just as the monster smashed the ground, sending rocks flying everywhere. The guy started thinking, if it's copying him, he's totally screwed and can't win. Then Lu rolled up, giant sword resting casually on her shoulder. She told Chin, move it. She marched up, gritting her teeth. I'll handle this creep solo. Then the bloody beast roared, jaw unhinged, swiping those nasty claws right at her. She didn't flinch. Instead, she sped up and charged straight for the kill. Once she was in its face, Xingjian triggered her ult. Our hero kept his eyes glued to the action. Jaw dropped when he saw Lu freeze, the thing's claw solid. She wasn't done yet, started frosting its mouth shut. She just stared the beast. Her pupils shrank, sweat dripping. But the blood monster wasn't chill. It lunged at Leo. She barely had time to dodge. Wiping sweat, she thought, asterisk, no way, I'm leaving. I'm too weak, asterisk. She recalled the guard's warning. This abyss energy was totally She wrapped her cuts, ignoring their "you sure you want to solo this?" questions. She stared ahead, focused, goal. Crush the tower of the end's top floor. But her stats were pitiful compared to her insanely cracked siblings. Standing up, she knew this gap was exactly why she was the outcast. She figured if she couldn't clear this dungeon, she was a disgrace to the name. But the beauty didn't quit and kept swinging at the blood beast. Zero time to open. Xingjian's party members just stood there, watching the drama unfold like a movie. Grip tightening on her giant sword, she spawned a flag in her offhand. A frost flag. Lu planted it meters away from the angry red blob. System ping. Allies within 30 meters get a 50% speed buff. The flag worked like a charm. The ground froze instantly. She walked up to the monster side. Sword grip tight. Another system ping. Flash to speed. Boost active. Lip bite. If the ice doesn't kill it, hopefully it lags it out. Lu eyed the frozen beast and queued up a skill. Comet Strike. He watched closely. So that's a C-grade chosen one class. Why? He wondered who was more OP, the king level, Nightmare or Lucian Jan's fancy title. She stared ahead. Wait, literally zero damage. No effect. The ice melted fast. Now the blood monster is big mad. Lu hacked at tentacles, realizing she'd leveled up, but was still trash compared to her fam. She got salty. Being the weak link really grinded her gears. Flashback time, she thought of her relatives, roasting her, calling her a total loser and a disgrace. The clan. You're too soft for the abyss, they'd say. Xingjian leaped. Gotta get good, even if she starts on easy mode. She realized she could win as long as she kept challenging herself. She'd outplay them all. I'll handle this solo, she screamed. Our hero, camping off to the side, frowned. Even he was sweating now. He cringed hard as the blood beast went for the kill. She couldn't tank it or dodge it. Bam! She hit the dirt. The brunette gasped, jaw dropped. Did that nightmare just delete Lu? She yelled to Bale, claiming the C-grade scrub couldn't hack it. But the beast lunged. Dude didn't even flinch. Gritting his teeth, he unleashed his killer moves. The squad ditched him, sprinting away like total chickens. Xiangjin finally rebooted and scrambled to her feet. She death-gripped her weapon. Her jaw hit the floor watching a trashman solo a boss. Kid was spamming attacks and dodging like a pro. He popped his all-seeing, I cheat to scan for exploits, realizing this mob was totally broken. A boss-tier monster, immortal with crazy high stats. The Jin fist-pumped, deciding to max out his buffs. Our boy didn't wait, diving back in to hit it harder. The mob raged, trying to squash him, but he kited it fast. Lu chilled, chugging a health pot on the sidelines. The girl nearby clocked how insanely fast he was zooming. He dodged, knowing one crit on the nightmare would save them. He rushed the beast, slashing away, but figured it had just He still hadn't found the glitch in its armor yet. Lips tight, he realized this mob was being piloted remotely. That realization froze him for a second before he screamed, and the camper's way back that the stone tablet was linked to the boss end to punt it over. ASA. Horn helmet guy crept toward the rock. Terrified, he still listened and yeeted the tablet. A ping confirmed he passed the into check to read the ancient code. Time to crack the spell and wipe the blood curse. He tossed the rock, realizing the answer was right there. If he wasn't a dummy, he would have scanned it sooner. Just then, the tablet zoomed right into the monster's maw. It froze, system said. Invincible mode on. Why'd it lag out? Someone asked. The brunette was shaken. The guy just sighed. He turned calm as ice. Nightmare's in God mode now. Lou walked up. Do I know you? You look familiar. Sweating bullets. He stared. You recognize me? We met in the Abyss 2 years ago. He explained. He was just a scavenger looting XP when she saw his first kill. It clicked he was that trash collector. Wait, she said. Your name is Dejin, right? Sweat dripping down his face, the guy corrected her. Actually, the name's Yachin grinned. Didn't know you switched gigs too? Huh. He crossed his arms, smirking. Yup, level 1 garbage collector. At your service. Shang Jan's expression dropped. She thought about how many times he'd risked his neck just to grind points. Kinda shocked the guy. Got this. ... jacked. And seriously, why is he staring at me like that? Then it hit her. This scavenger could totally wreck her in a fight. Lou gripped her weapon tight. Lame job title, though. Anyway, she pointed. Tablet floats inside the ... bloody nightmare. I'll freeze it. You grab the loot. The guy tilted his head, flashing a smile. 2 brains are better than 1, right? He turned to her, fist raised. Split the points. Let's crush this thing together. She smirked, bumping his fist. Just don't slow me down. The squad rolled up. Hey, what about us? They added. We might suck, but we'll fight till the bitter end. Chin nodded. Group effort then. We're all making it out alive. They rushed the beast, spotting the tablet glowing in its gut. 5 seconds till it goes invincible, he warned. If we miss that window, ... it goes berserk. Total slaughter for the next 30 seconds. He shouted. Listen up. 30 seconds to survive. Don't die on me. Horned helmet guys started screaming. We're coming back alive. People. Dude raged so hard. A system alert popped up. Morale boosted. A notification pinged. Front of Lou. Weakness down 100%. Region up 15%. She hung back, watching the squad scream their battle cries. Figured she definitely shouldn't underestimate the scavenger. Soldier, watch that rage meter. The guy got right on it. He taunted the beast honestly, worked a little too well. Nightmare roared, tentacles lashing out to squash him. Lou barked mage, blast the tentacles. Cover the scavenger. Mage girl nodded, firing spells while the monster rampaged. Chin yelled, tablet, ends the trial. Don't fireball it, or we're stuck here forever. Hanging sweating bullets. Panicked. So what's the play? Thinking, ... double quotes Chin mused. I can one-hand the tablet. The girl stared, totally thrown off. She couldn't believe it. You plotting what I think you are, diving straight into the monster's stomach. Is he crazy? He reached out, pausing for a beat, then replied, not gonna lie, that's exactly the plan. Lou stared at the guy, brain totally offline for a sec. She snapped back to reality, ordering the shooter to blast the roof. Debrillata, stat, the kid locked and loaded, aiming his bow high to get the job done fast. Boom, he fired. Huge concrete chunks rained down like confetti. Trapped under the mess, the monster screamed like a total maniac. Jingen yelled she was freezing its legs, about to say more, but our dude charged that bloody nightmare, shouting, chill, I got this. The beast roared, teeth clicking, reaching out with massive tentacles. He kept getting closer, betting his regen skill would patch up small cuts, a few scratches. No biggie. Lou planted a freeze flag, icing the monster's bottom half instantly. As he got close, the squad screamed, aim for the chest. It's an easier target. But the guy was stressing because he wasn't moving fast enough. So he dumped 20 points into speed, berserk mode, chugged a potion to boost poison resistance, that kicked his speed up another notch. Zoom. Finally, time to use those potion cards from the abyss entrance. System pinged. Defenses up by 15%. He got faster, inching right up to the monster's grill. Yelled my time to shine. But the frozen beast wasn't done yet. Its upper body swung those tentacles wild. Shin couldn't dodge. Whack whack, he screamed as the hits landed. Lou stood down there, eyes glued to the scene, jaw hitting the floor. That nightmare hit hard. Dude went flying like a rat. He messed up. What else to expect from a trash guy? He joked. Honestly though, he really thought he had that. Out of ideas, he tried his recycling skill. On himself, poof! A giant purple beast with tons of claws showed up. Even the nightmare looked shook, mouth wide open. Everyone was like, what is that? Where'd it come from? System error. Cannot process living things. Bummer. Operation aborted. He panicked, yelling, can't recycle me, then trash me. He frowned, staring ahead, pressed his lips tight. Chuck me with everything you got. The trash zombie gotta eat. He threw the kid at the monster. The beast gasped, and boom, he was right in its face. A split second later, the kid, tablet in hand, cheered that the crazy plan worked. The monster crashed down loud. Hero gripped that tablet tight. He sidestepped and screamed the spell like a total pro. The beast dusted instantly, and a floating text flashed up. Blood test passed. Easy peasy. The sideline crew started cussing. Mage Girl was totally clueless. Lou's jaw hit the floor, wondering if they'd actually won. The gang started hype jumping and screaming about the win. Ding! Everyone got that sweet level up. The squad was stoked on those free stat points. Ying Jan was shook. She even leveled up. She bagged a ton of stats. And the screen told our hero he was already at max. Levelly scratched his head, then boom loot chest. The gang went wild. Chin snatched a card out of the air. Seriously, it was raining cards. It showed a sword, deals damage, needs level 10. He cringed hard. Yo, my max is level 1. System was like, you can't use this, bro. He eyed the loot, his reward, and he can't even use it. Dude almost cried. Lou goes, he beat the nightmare, so he splits the loot. Our boy got all shy about it. He stepped up and whispered a secret to the girl. Outside the portal, a massive crowd was waiting. Some guy yelled at HQ to send a rescue squad. Suddenly, shadows popped out of the gate. And Xingjian chill said, no need. Then she stepped out. She looked totally chill and serious. Mustache guy gripped his radio, sobbing, happy tears. He was stressing hard. He ran to Lou. A reporter yelled, classic Xingjian win. Cleared it already. She stood proud and bragged she handled it solo. Her team whispered about the secret. Lou noted her C-class rank. Our guy asked the beauty, your fam is loaded, right? Then he offered to sell her. Cards, homie discount, 500 crystals. Xingjian said, yes. He told her, pretend I was never here. Okay? You soloed this. Her eyes popped open. Sweating, she agreed to the setup. He dipped back in, telling her to go on without him. Xingjian looked down and realized he just wanted her to owe him big time. Later, our hero sat staring at the stone tablet. He touched it, used a skill, and a little worm popped up. Shin grinned. Even a sad loser like him didn't want to be a doormat for people to walk on. Then the thing offered to buff him up. He ignored the yappin' and just cast his skill. Ding notification. Bloody nightmare. Successfully Next text popped up saying the mob's corpse burns life juice to spawn a clone that mimics the host for deep. The card said it's upgradable with a 30-second cool. He stood up, popped up, skill, and grinned. Totally wicked. He bit his lip, itching to test drive this sweet new power ASAP. Later at the cafe, he was glued to his screen, thinking about how he'd dumped all the high-tier loot Lou needed. A scavenger flashing epic gear. Suspicious. Figured scavengers are ghosts. Stealth selling might actually work. He shut his eyes, totally, knowing nobody buys from a scrub anyway. Oops! He bumped the screen. Ding! Gear recycled. Plus, 1 point. His jaw dropped. Sweating bullets, he gasped. Did I just trash that by mistake? Then the system chimed in. A tutorial popped up explaining recycling and point stats. He was shook that junk gear was actually recyclable too. Should he follow the prompts? Is recycling a broken, basic dagger? Worth it. The kid read the notes and scrapped 4 weapons. He was stoked. Not just fixed, but durability got buffed too. Crazy that trash loot could level up. He grinned, totally pumped by this hack. System said grats on training and let him pick a prize. He picked a potion that insta-refills mana and stamina. Shin figured stat points were useless now. But the dungeon's depth, total mystery. New players go OOM before the boss and gotta backtrack to so mana pots are total lifesavers. A pop-up said he unlocked item region. The next alert explained that a potion costs 6 points plus an empty bottle. Points made sense, but what kind of container? He waved and asked the bartender for some cups. Soon, 4 empty mugs sat before him. Seconds later, trash recycle. Next step, region time. He was totally floored and wondered, is this a Ken Siapan to the whole room about how awesome this is, totally ignoring the barista sedaing him hard. Sweat beaded on the guy's forehead. Dude was stressing so he wiped it off quick. Boom. Huge glass materializes in his grip. Looked super sketch, but hey, totally drinkable. He takes a sip, and ding, system pop-up says he just downed a magic potion. He spews it everywhere. Gross. Tastes like straight-up rotten eggs. Another holoscreen flashes in front of Chin. Magic and stamina stats. Leveled up. He can actually feel the mana buzz kicking in. Weakness? Gone. Time to bounce. He figures he'll go wreck another abyss dungeon today. Barely steps out the door when he gets cornered by this massive bald dude grinning like a creep. He freezes, eyeing the guy. Okay, mild panic setting in. Tubby laughs, noting how he's acting tough after just a few days. Baldy grips his shoulder. So, did you seriously not find those crystals while digging through trash? Adds he's been hunting for Rem and might report a theft. Hero boy stays chill. Debts are paid. Buzz off. Guy wraps an arm around Shin. You think you're free? Money's paid. Sure, but the contract sticks. Don't forget you're just garbage. The bully scowls. Acting all tough? Who do you think you're scamming? Slaps the drink from his hand. Pathetic. Claims he's just posing, and he knows exactly how this beatdown ends. Baldy's goons snicker. Trashman's always an eyesore. Plus, rules say awakened can't use skills outside dungeons. Only cops and special ops get a pass. So Yai's the security cam. Needs a blind spot to spam his recycle skill. Fat guy sneers. Eat those. Pearls off the floor. Lick that mess clean. Laughs, then plays nice. I'll help you pick him up. Gotta help the animals, right? Hero frowns. Okay. He pauses. But first, you can kiss my ass? Baldy snaps. Fists clenched. Screaming like a psycho then, instant silence. Why? Rodrigo Caesar just walked in. Boss of the Blood Oaths a rank squad. Rodrigo yanks Fetty by the tie. You get enough guys yet? Need one more. The guy stammers. Caesar glares, pure hate in his eyes. Frowning, he barks. So where are they? The blonde boss spots our hero. You. Then he realizes kid's hired. Baldy's jaw hits the floor. Sweating buckets, he points at Ye. He's just a garbage man. Chin just blinks at them, totally confused. Tubby says Rod's cool with any fighter. Gonna scout one our. Blondie notes, mobs at the Abyss Gate, go aggro, under the red moon. Our boy frowned, lips sealed, wondering what's the deal with this red moon. Then it clicked. Mobs go full berserk during the red moon, but loot doubles, and crystal stats get buffed. Who down? Grinning, he's like, yo, sign me up to. Caesar clocked the dude's bright vibe. The chunky guy on the side started sweating buck. Sex later, Blondie waved, him all closer. Kid froze, totally lost. Who's Rod calling over? Dude panicked, slapping hands over his face to hide his mug. It was Lau, and our guy pounced, clamped his mouth shut, and hissed, zip it. Dragged the kid behind a wall instantly. He wiped his face, super annoyed. Chun glared. You awake, you total trash. Chin goes, if I didn't carry this team, y'all would be toast. Save the kid too. Rod walks up. You two buds? He grinned. Nope, never met. Blondie turned. Figured team killers don't have pals. Lau was shaking, and RMC asked how he escaped the dungeon. Kid said the board wanted 15 years, but he paid 1.5 mil bail. Now he's broke and leveled down. Chun says, pay up or he snitches to the board. Chin cuts in. One more word. I'll dump you like trash. Soon, the boys were chilling by the Abyss portal. Cho, level 3, Bard. Joined to meet Shields. What's your job? MC goes, I'm Ya Chin, level 1 scavenger. Lekin intros. 2. Level 1 mage here. Joe shoulder pats. The kid says we're all scrubs here. No roasting allowed. Adding he sold his life for cash. Can't get lower. Figured he wouldn't vibe. With this squad, Bard wanted to intro the rest of the Suicide Squad, then self-nominated as leader. Lao Su, level 2, heal. Agreed since Joe's top level, Lao Jiang, level 3 tank, was cool with it. Caesar stated besides the 6 main oath members, 5 temps are hopping in. Rondo yelled not to hype up the meat shields. Rod says, bait saves pros. Also, Abyss is a maze. Each room's got trap city here. Just find the boss. Lair, he gripped the key. I got hopes. But see a beast, book it. Quiet in, y'all want the cash, or not. Survivor takes the whole pot. Just one's gotta live. He glared at sweaty Lao Zu. Bro, quick cough. Can't bail, he stuttered. Got 4 girls to feed. Lojing sighed hard. Sweating buckets, he said. Wife's dying, gotta risk it. Bar didn't wait. Time to hit the Abyss. Squad, the brothers in the back, said fodder dies. Fresh meat arrives. Standard, normal for them. But the newbie, way to chill sus. Guy noted it was a first. Never seen a death wish, this chill. They stopped to look. Bard told Chun. Total weird vibes. No mobs appeared. He got salty. Why is it freezing? The brothers asked. Tank just tanked. Bard hopped around to stay warm. Whining about layers, he said, just keep moving. Suddenly, a giant lump crashed right in front of Joe. Confused, he realized he was totally stuck. Hero wondered how he'd lived this long. Tunwind, lucky, almost croaked. Chin rolled his eyes. Kids, reckless. Bard ran up. Forget it, just move. Then he froze. Maggots, jaw dropped, sweating hard. Huge maggots, growing bigger every second. Lau brothers stepped up. Are they alive? Pop, shells burst, revealing spikes. Dudes screamed. Level 5 demon spiders, screeching with huge fangs. Venomous biting elites, Joe screamed, furious. He hated spiders. Chun instantly cast fire. Damage, 0. Mobs just screamed. Panic mode, cursing. Some wanted to fight the elites ASA. One guy attacked. Mobs squealed at the power. Hero paused by a mob, checking it out. It bit his leg hard. Damage, 0. A second later, came an explosion. Spider confetti. Chun item. Why so cocky? You're just looting trash. System ping. Recyclable mats found. Hit confirmed. +1 stat point. Got harnessed and poison. Smack a target and boom, instant poison damage. A pop-up said I can now slap new abilities onto my gear. Use it once and poof, it's gone forever. Whoa. Recycling corpses, drop skill cards and arcana. Sick. Time to trick out my equipment with some upgrades. A teammate screamed at E to quit daydreaming or get lost. Our boy gripped his sword, yelled, "Chill, I'm coming," and prepped a spicy poison blade. Meanwhile, the bard was booking it away, terrified, despite being the highest level there. The angry beast lunged, but he barely sidestepped. He realized his class had 0 combat skills. All he could do was buff or boo people. So he whipped out a mic and held it high. Things looked bad, but the kid had a plan. Sort of. Joe grabbed the mic and started belting out happy tunes. He was stiff as a board. Hero watched, thinking, is this guy for real? Suddenly, a system alert flashed enemy, but the monster roared like crazy. Crying Drew bailed, screaming, wrong song, my bad. The beast went psycho and leaped into the air. The bard glanced back, totally freaking out. Our guy just squinted, stayed chill, and readied his blade. Players yelled, their butt, and charged in blindly. The brothers, dripping sweat and shaking, screamed to fall back. The mage's spells fizzled out, so he just cursed loudly. Then our hero dove straight into the mess. He decided to brawl as spider spikes flew everywhere. Chun stood there, jaw on the floor, watching the show. A few minutes later, the monsters were toast. The kid gripped his weapon and walked on. The brothers, facing the other way, had no clue who cleared the room. He noted the spider demons resisted his poison a bit, while the guys hyped up the bard's power. Tun sweated, speechless, wanting to vanish. Shin eyed the creeps, realizing these smart mobs ignore hidden targets. His eyes lit up purple. He knew the survivors would just bail. The monsters clicked their teeth and grumbled. Totally predictable, he thought. The nearby guys noticed the creatures backing off. Someone muttered, level 1, and it's already this scary. More where that came from. He shrugged, totally chill. Said he'd junked the arcana for stats, saving just 1 card for a rainy day. Ping, a holoscreen popped up right in his face. 54 attribute points banked. Sweet. Creeps are gone. Let's bounce. The bard piped up. Mage nodded along. Tone grabbed a torch, yelling, mission, objective. Go deep. Stay sharp. And for the love of God, stop triggering traps. Our guy just rolled his eyes hard. Like, pretty sure the bard was subtweeting himself there. Then, boom, blue glow by the pillars caught his eye. System alert flashed. Secret Berserk Zone found. Oh yeah, classic Red Moon spawn point. Makes sense? To loot or not to loot? Screw it. He chose Bloody Nightmare mode for the X. Poof, an exact clone of him spawned instantly. Cover for me, buddy, he told the clone. I'll be back. Bard spun around. Yo, where'd you go? He asked the fake. The clone just gaped like a fish. Keep up or die. Dude, Tone snapped. Meanwhile, Real Boy was sneaking into the danger zone. Suddenly, the hairs on his neck stood up. Sketchy noise alert. Something was creeping. He spun around, teeth gritted, ready to throw hands. Another spider freak. Great. It lunged at him instantly. He barely juked sideways as the beast shrieked and snapped its jaws. He whipped out a dagger and went to town on the ugly thing. Wait, what? 0 damage. Are you kidding me? Eyes wide. He realized this thing was basically immune to physical hits, not a scratch. While he panicked, the spider screeched like a banshee. It swiped again. He dodged by a hair. Too close. Time for cheats. He popped All-Seeing Eye to scan its stats. Result, Elite Tarantula. Level 20. Nasty business. He squinted at the bug. Bet this thing drops some insane elite skills if I recycle it, but the spider wasn't waiting for him to daydream. It shot a thick web stream. Woe sidestep, just in time. An inch closer, and he'd be Spider Snacks. He blasted his Big Bang skill. Nothing? Nada? Another web shot incoming. He barely rolled out of the way. His brain was racing like crazy. Wait, it's fireproof to just perfect. He summoned his weapon. Old school beatdown. It is. The 6-eyed creep tried to spam attacks, but he saw the opening crit hit right on the weak spot. Just like the guide said. The beast let out a gnarly screech, lunging just as our guy hit a sick dodge. He figured a level 5 spider bite was toxic, but a level 20 tarantula? Totally immune to poison. Who knew that was its soft spot? Talk about a lucky break. Probably a trade-off from how they mutated over time. All defense and breeding, 0 hunting skills. Lazy bugs. Ching, you couldn't get over the irony of it all. The thing was choking on its own venom. Then, bam, web shooter engaged. Dude's eyes popped. He was so not ready for a sticky situation. Tried to bail, but the silk tsunami was everywhere. Literally, seconds later, he's totally wrapped up. Just a struggling human burrito in a spiderweb blanket. He wiggled left and right. Nope, stuck like glue. Gritting his teeth, he knew it was time to go full berserk mode. And boom, he ripped right out of that sticky mess. He stomped over to the monster. Game over. Creep. With pure rage, he smashed it. Spider guts went everywhere. Ding, a system screen popped up. Berserk card upgrade available. Time to pick a perk. First up, splash damage. Makes the rage way more potent. Option 2, clawing rage. Keeps the angry mode running longer. Most noobs would pick the second one. Safer, right? But thinking back to that fight, that tarantula was definitely not your average mob. First option boosts power but drains health fast. Risky business. He took a sec to weigh the pros and cons. Screw it. He clicked the first option. His regen hacks cancel out the drain anyway. Plus, instant level up. Firing up blood splash. He grinned. Now he can wreck enemies that tank physical hits. That's the real op strats right there. Staring at the loot pile, he had more tough calls to make. Took a hot minute, but he finally decided. Checking the card, he realized this gear was a bit. He'd flip it for 15,000 and scrap the junk. Eyeing the dead spider, he snagged 20 stat points. Sweet. With a smirk, he wondered what 6 skilled this bug dropped. Then the window popped up. You got a rare tarantula card. Now, it summons for spider minions that level up as they fight. Whoa, summoning and buffing them. That's insane. Meanwhile, the bard froze, scolding himself. He never guessed they'd trip over a mine in the abyss. So many crystals. Was the red moon messing with the spawn rates? The mage just shook his head. Finding just one of these is winning the lottery. One player grabbed the eye, pinging the map zone for everyone within 60 meters. Chun shook his buddy, hollering, "Dap." With this loot, he'd be rolling in cash forever. Why ping it? He asked. Morin, we're toast if they find us. Some random walked over and dropped facts. We're meat shields for the pros. If we wipe, it's just a glitch to them. We're total trash mobs. The mage grit his teeth, glaring, but kept his trap shut. Then he snapped, yelling he wasn't garbage, that if his rival was weak, he should get kicked. Sweating bullets, he kept chanting. I'm not trash. Sex later, he shrieked, as giant claws snatched him. Gritting teeth, he blamed the hero for this mess. Mage knew his level sucked, but gold was king. Chun started hoarding crystals. With OP gear, he could fake skills and join the carry team. Holding a massive gem, his jaw dropped. Gotta steal a few, right? Suddenly, a system alert popped up. Trap activated. No exit. Total panic. Then a red laser dotted a teammate's forehead. Boom. He hit the dirt. Game over. Chun gogged. What the heck? Meanwhile, our hero eyed a spy her. The kid noticed that starter mobs looked totally weak. A prompt said the spider could evo into a level 5 demon. The game hinted he should boost it to level 5 so it wouldn't get one shot in battle. Hero dumped points into the spider to keep it alive. The spider grinned. Creepy. Saw the level up. And skill unlocked notifs. A dude lay there, head totally smashed. His bro was freaking out, screaming his name. Sweating hard, the mage stammered. Total accident. But Lojan grabbed Chun, roaring that he killed him. He was grinding for his fame. He yelled, "You got him, frat?" Chun screamed back, "I need gold too. If I don't die level, I'm good." Sick of these no. Jang aimed his piece at the mage. Yelled, "Traitor, you're done." Mage sneered, "PvP world. Kill or get paid." Chun frowned, sweating, knowing this guy would have sold out for cash too. Someone behind him started slow clapping, saying, "Facts. I like your style." Caesar hit up Chung to join the Blood Oath, saying they had an open slot. The squad eyed the sweaty guys but kept their mouths shut. An aide walked up to Rodrigo, calmly said the player was still warm. Blondie scratched his head. "Dine's normal here. Beggars are down to risk it for cash. Wanting the bag isn't cringe." He hugged the mage. "Bro, can buy cities with these red moon crystals? One rock, you're set for life. No more eyes shut," he mumbled. "Oops, forgot the price tag." He paused. Eyes open, he laughed. "One crystal costs 1 life." A massive dude walked up to the party. Man or monster? Totally armored and armed to the teeth. The boys just stared, totally speechless. The aide spoke up. "Boss says, grab a Christo for his bucket. Try to bail, you're dead." Jung, sweating bullets, said that any of those rocks could kill him. You trying to wipe us out in style. Caesar went, "Doesn't that guy need cash for his wife's meds?" He got close. "You said you'd do anything to save her, right?" Rodrigo frowned. Chasing the bag isn't shameful. Teeth clenched. Sweat dripping down his face. Shaken with fear, he glared at the foe, but still, chilled out and walked at the crystal pile. Jung froze, sweating. "Hand out," he whispered. "I can't." "Sorry." He bawled his eyes out, saying he was broke. Came to pay debts, not get deleted. Rodrigo cringed. So pathetic. He gave the guy a dirty look. Mage eyed Blondie. Dude's a tank compared to him. No way he could pull that off. He asked, "Is it true, Caesar?" said the blood oath is open. I'm just a fire mage, but I'm down. Rodrigo's eyes popped. Did I really say that? The aide nodded. Yep, all true. Boz waved him over. Kid ran and kneeled. Chun yelled, I'll die for you. Boss, Caesar sneered. You think I'd let trash like you join the elite? He slapped the mage. Said, you traitor. You're gonna die anyway, might as well. Be worth something. He added, Chun, it's okay. Get mad. You're dead meat. I'll make you zombies to farm crystals for me. The boss told the mage. You already died once. What's one more? Bard thought they were creeps. He made it back from the raid. He gripped Tun's shoulder. Chill. Bruh, don't be an idiot. Tun gaped. Our hero stepped up. I got this. Just stay put. He strolled right up and wondered if looting this shiny junk was actually risky. Rod's lackey raged. Who is this clown? He totally ignored the cringe. Yoink, grabbed a crystal. Everyone dove for cover, screaming that he'd blown their cover and doomed them all. Dude, cheated death. One gasped. Or is it a one-shot trap? He figured even a death trap couldn't kill him. Just a scratch. Max, he kept looting. Asterisk ding. Trap, not triggered. Asterisk. Boss yelled, it works. His luck stat is just over 6. No way a noob has that luck. The goon scoffed. It's broken. Another lackey saw the kid took two. Definitely broken, he thought. He grabbed one, grinning, like a fool. Nothing happened. Best day ever. Mitlaff asterisk. Zap. A red laser drilled his forehead. Lights out before he hit the floor. Seconds later, he was toast. His buddy ran over. Caesar noted, Chin's luck is insane. Must be his class perks. Our boy tuned in closely, thinking, maybe I should split my stats evenly. Rod confessed, I was gonna turn you all into zombies, but now I want that lucky corpse. The rest of you, trash. The boss then barked at his crew to block the kid's escape. Chong sweated buckets. We're toast. Can't beat Bloodo, the bard whispered, that they could still bail. Chun gritted his teeth, grabbed loot, and bolted. Our hero asked, we've got the numbers to win. But, Mr. Brooks said, minus one guy. Yeah, we're helpless. The kid smirked. Wrong, we're plenty strong. The Blood Oath gang whispered nervously. What are those dorks plotting? Boom. Tarantulas popped up out of nowhere. Surprise. Ding. Demon spider summoned. Problem solving. Summoner style. Nailed it. The bad guys shrieked, like banshees as monsters closed in. Tun freaked out. Bandits and spiders. We're dead. Jill E. said. The spiders are with me. Our hero scanned the enemies. Stat check. Yellow robes is a level 20. That metalhead with the giant slicer. Total berserker level 17. 2 enemy hunters crashed the party too, both sitting at level 8. Roboguy rocking a shield. He's a level 19 paladin. Serious tank. E wasn't sure how the levels stacked up. The gap was kind of fuzzy. Versus his spiders. Gut said chill, but he still scoped the Blood Oath boss. Thing is, you can't peep the class or level if the baddie's power matches yours. Rod Swarchin could wreck abyss beasts, picking up tricks while looting spots. Our boy mulled over the fact Caesar's level was close to his. Maybe even higher. Yikes. Busman reached out, saying, if the monster level ain't past 10, who cares? Wreck the beasts, then take out the garbage. He whispered to the, oh geez, that plan's flipped. Told them to copy Chun if they want to survive. Jung figured, the kid's a total moron if he plays hero, just to stall them. Didn't wait for a speech, he just bolted out of there. Fast. Worm told the bard he had his reasons, but running meant staying alive. The guy, IDM, quiet, then stuttered, I won't forget yet, and booked it. Floor was littered with crystals. Sprinted blindly, tripped over nothing a sec later, and dropped an F. He froze solid. Jang dripping sweat, frowned and yelled, now what? Dude. Sweat beads popped on his face. The bard stuttered a sorry. Since we entered, it's been pure bad vibes. Clueless, why, though. Blood Oath dude gripped a mega hammer, eyes blazing with total hate. Swung quad to squash the tarantulas, but they dodged like pros. Dude frowned, screaming cause he couldn't one-shot the beasts. Super ticked off. Spider didn't care. Just started spamming sticky webs at the player. Fighter was sweating shaking caused Grossy clawed at the web. Got his eyes free, at least. He glared straight ahead. Pupils shrinking 2 tiny dots. Saw our hero shield up and yelled, you're too shrimp to fight me. Crazy. Then he smashed the kid with all his might, sneering about the shield, but gripping a dagger. Our hero knew his spiders wouldn't be enough to even the odds, let alone win. He knew exactly who this dude was. So, the brawl kicked off. Mustache guy swung that hammer like a psycho. Seconds later, screaming about his leg, Chinhead totally nailed him. Blood Oath, gang watched from the side. Bows ready, shot arrows right at our boy, but he dodged at the last split. The guys were shook and noticed. They figured E was a sitting duck and reloaded, thinking their aim sucked. Shooter fired. Kid caught the arrow midair and snapped it. Casual flex. The Blood Oath gang stared, eyes popping. They couldn't believe it. Kid didn't waste time. Being polite, he just unleashed the Big Bang skill. Boom. Gunmen watched, totally hypnotized. Jaw on the floor, reality hit. They scrambled to outrun the blast. One guy griped that chin was a total pain to handle. Berserk swung a sword the size of a surfboard. He yelled monster, and flattened a tarantula spider in one hit. Its head flew off and plopped near the bard. Blood Oath guy rushed him. Kid was like, chill, let's talk this out. Berserk wasn't listening. He waved that massive blade, screaming for people to move. Jun yelled at his buddy that they were trapped because of him. Guy was sweating buckets, terrified, pupils tiny, soaked in sweat, screaming his lungs out. Want to survive? Then throw hands. Berserker attacked, smashing the shield Jun barely put up in time. Weapon hit stone. Shards blasted everywhere, peppering the guy. Pebbles smacked his face. He groaned, choking on the dust up his nose. Tun chilled watching his sword stuck in the dirt nearby. Berserk grabbed it, shouldered it, and stalked toward frozen Jun. A second later, the guy stood up and laughed in the enemy's face. Said he shouldn't stare into the abyss or he'd get wrecked anyway. Enemy was confused. Jun yelled, dead men don't pay debts. Just kill me quick. His foe didn't hesitate. He swung, but froze solid like a glitch. What was happening? Berserk sighted the scene, realizing he was stuck. Tun mic checked, retrying. Jun, I've got your guy, but Jun raged. You froze me too, moron, and cursed him out. Our hero turned at the noise, wondering what the deal was. A mage popped up, figuring if he had a secret trick, it'd run dry soon. Can't fight forever. Kid new summons drained his battery, super fast. Clone earlier, spiders now. His mana tank was blinking empty, so the young dude used a skill. Poof! A glass appeared in his hand. Mage stepped up, curious. What you're sipping on? No reply. Whatever. Mage's drinks won't fix your min. Yelled that necromancers are S-class beasts, and his zombies never get tired. Bro chugged the magic juice like an energy shot. Squinting hard, he asked, is this legit zombie hacking? He tossed the glass. Mana bar full, ripped to the undead face. Mage dude panicked, sweating through his mask. Yo, where'd my zombies go? Super salty. He rushed our guy, but hero sidestepped and slapped him. Cultist guy yeeted straight toward his boss mid. Caesar grilled. Why? Saying he had some wild skills. Finally clicking on what went down at the juice bar. Chin chilled. Let's bounce. But bossman only pays loot for kills. Kid raged. Using Peeps's meat shields is totally messed up. Rodrigo sneered. Think having talent means you ain't. Trash mob material. Y'all are my loot, he scoffed. Claiming might makes right. Learn the meta. Kid. Bard screamed. Don't frag me. I'm just a support NPC. Boss laughed. Nah, you're a total scrub bait. Game over. Jung, stuck buffering. Screamed like a psycho for Tong to just aggro the berserker. Guy clapped back. You can't even kill a mob, let alone a player. Rodrigo got in Chin's face. And bet that someone was about to get deleted. Hero chuckled. I feel you. Then went a FK for a sec. He got serious. Everyone deserves to clear this level alive. Caesar glared. Full tilt mode, engaged. Fist clenched. He called the dude a total noob. Boom! Sucker punched the kid in the gut, launching him backward. He realized that hit was op never seen stats that high. Rodrigo looked like he unlocked demon mode, cackling like a maniac. Total villain vibes. Tried to spam attack, but our guy read the move and dodged. Caesar stared, bragging his punch was nerf. Bard, sweating, bullets, heard. Yo, why you lagging? Berserk didn't hesitate. Rushed the kid, calling him weak sauce. Joe got tossed, hit dirt, and just stared. Zero fight reflex. Shan dib-bombed the berserker to hold him off. Knew Tong would be toast, otherwise. Frowning, he yelled at the bard to stop glitching out. Berserker heard that. Spun on Jang, eyes like lasers. Terrified, he still screamed for Tun to act, saying the kid actually had max stats. No wonder he wanted to be party leader back then. But Joe recalled thinking leadership meant no PvP for him. I ain't strong. He dropped to his knees crying. He was a total noob. PLZ, don't ban me. Asked if it's true, he deals 0 damage. Just talks. Smack. Tun heard the gossip. He can't pick the right buff target. Rod yelled, get lost. Scrub. So, dude just slinked off. Later, Blood Oath boss slides up. What's your class? Tun stammers, bug-eyed, 3rd tier bard. Boss goes, cool, roll with me. Meanwhile, hero wakes up and jumps Caesar. Bad move Caesar, ain't a squishy level 10. Splat. Right on jagged rocks. Oath boss spots the move nasty martial arts stuff. Hits hard, use magic. Boom, you're toast. Rod procs the skill and tells him this blast totally wrecks, even top tier mages. Hero just gritted his teeth. Yikes. Sweating buckets, thinking too fast. He bailed. Oath boss chases. Yellin', think you can juke me. Ken wonders, is he bleeding HP using that skill? That'd be sick. Then, click, he realized something. Running by Rod, he yells at Tun. Dude was shook. Caesar smacked him so hard he went flying. Dude hit the dirt but gripped his weapon tight. Bard walks over. He tells Tun, don't expect pity 'cause you're weak. I wished for it too. Trust me. He saw that. Tun hated being weak just as much. Recalled the monster fight. Being weak means doing zip. Ken's like, don't quit. Don't fear being weak. Quiet for a sec. Then says, fear your own cowardice first. Hero says, be scared of losing your nerve. Bard was totally floored by that. Said he was terrified of the beast, but hyped himself up, focused, and landed a crit. Told Tunny won by balling up his will and stepping up. Hero manages to stand, sat back, wiped sweat, gripped his gear, and admitted he knew he prepped to be king forever, even as a lame scavenger. Bard was super shocked. Didn't get what dude was saying? Gripped his sword. Get strong or get dead. Used to think hiding was better than getting roasted. Tun stares ahead, physically and mentally. Berserk steps up. Bard's talking trash. Level gap is huge. No chance. Said he's intrigued. Tun grabs his gear, and yeets it. Berserk watched the scene like a hawk, but he was totally shook when the Bard suddenly whipped out a mic. The crowd gasped. The kid brought the mic up and yelled that he was about to drop some fire bars. Berserk stared at the Bard, completely confused by this plot twist. The Blood Oath boss was losing it. He couldn't believe Tun was actually acting this chill. Our hero, LOLLD, and claimed he found the ultimate cheat code. Boom. Damage buffed by 15%. Defense, speed, and resistance stats leveled up too. Then the kid summoned a bloody nightmare that literally lag jumped onto the berserker's back. The big guy stood there buffering, clueless about what was happening or why E was so hyped. The nightmare started draining the berserker's HP. While he froze, once his brain rebooted, he started screaming for mercy. Dude was terrified. The Bard watched from the sidelines, taking notes. Rodrigo aggroed onto E and started swinging. He looked young but screamed like he was He punched our hero hard, putting max hate into the hit. Chin grit his teeth, banking on his magic region to keep him alive. He squinted and saw the berserker's condition was looking pretty trash. The 1v1 between him and the boss raged on. E wasn't backing down. He hit Caesar again. The dude wondered why his armor was failing, and how a basic dagger was dealing damage. The kid knew blood magic ignores armor, but Rodrigo's skills were still making him sweat. The young hero knew he had to speedrun this fight ASAP. Caesar frowned, pupils tiny, thinking this was getting spicy. He blocked, relying on 20 years of grinding to stay standing. No way he'd lose to some random trash mob. He crit at the kid, wondering if the noob felt the power gap. Rodrigo struck again, realizing martial art skills could class change into Destroyer or Street Fighter. The brawl dragged on. Our hero was struggling but tanked the hits. The kid clenched his jaw, glaring with pure aggro. His eyes narrowed in rage. The boss said he hated scrubs, so he focused on raw strength. But the kid ignored the monologue, jumping for an instant op punch. The Bard watched the chaos, face full of what the heck. Caesar smirked, calling it dumb. You want to face tank my death blow? He doubted the kid could win. Such a weak little brat. The kid grabbed his gear, yelling he was dumping all points into strength. System alert, 170 SX points, added to STR. He ripped his hoodie. Rodrigo stared at the pop-up, shook. No way. He couldn't believe his eyes. Instant gains, muscle mass up. He felt like he just leveled up. The Blood Oath boss cackled. What's the point of this drama? The kid knew his martial arts skills were still kinda trash, but he squeezed his fist tighter anyway. Doesn't matter. He finally had the stats to wreck this guy. Zero hesitation. The kid rushed in to smack him first. Caesar checked his knuckles. Whoa, that hit way harder than I thought. The Bard watching from the sidelines was shook. Since when is he this buff? Our hero speed boosted, ready to land another combo on Rodrigo, who was kissing the dirt and staying down. He grabbed the guy's face and hissed through his teeth that he'd wipe the floor with him. You're just NPC fodder now. Dude, flashback to 8 years ago? That messed when they jacked his gear because they were heading into the deep abyss. Caesar panicked. The guy preached might makes, right Lionheart style. They also mentioned, when I joined the squad, prove you're not a Blondie's eyes practically went asterisk ping. The enemy snorted. At this rate, you losers are permanent cannon fodder. Rodrigo's eyes popped. Wait, if I ball out, I can get promoted. Time to prove to the whole server that he was beast mode. Top tier. Totally unmatched. Caesar looked at his palms. Unsure? Doesn't look too hard, I guess? While he was buffering and overthinking, his opponent sucker punched him hard. He hit the deck, eyes rolling back, groaning like a zombie. Total humiliation. Cringe level max. Labdoc checked the damage. Shattered jaw, 8 ribs snapped, heart and organs turned to mush. Fixing this mess? It's gonna cost a fortune in crystals, he said. But hey, he added, we got this crazy tech, ... We can extract monster cells and jam them into humans. Turns out Caesar's DNA is already kinda monstrous. Weird flex. The scientist smirked, like a creep. Good news, you survive. Bad news, you're a mutant freak now. He laughed. Rodrigo got the notification. Congrats, you're worthy. Welcome to line. The monster pointed down. Pick up that badge. It's yours. You're my sidekick now. Actually, my dog. Blondie stared at it, confused. Where's the rest of the crew? The monster glared with pure hate. Those rats. Delete. Caesar sweated buckets while the guy ranted about the world eating humans alive. He rubbed his nose. If I don't prove my worth, I'm just garbage. Ding! A system alert popped up. Skill, indestructible, active, defense, damage, and speed just skyrocketed. Our hero stared him down. Did you just power up or something? Then he went full aggro on the kid, attacking with everything he had. Dude struck with zero chill, sparks flying everywhere. He's all magic crystals equal crazy energy vibes. Blood moon out, they get totally Roddy's face twitched, said those monster parts. ... Let him leech crystal, power 2, total cheat code. Bared, gnarly teeth, claimed he dwarfed the boss. System pinged. Boss Rodrigo Caesar spotted. Next pop-up was like, uh-oh, ... Rage mode over. You're useless for 30 seconds. Asked about the boss, Bod worst timing ever. Bard goes, you good? Roddy just charged in. Fists clenched. He screamed for Chin to give up. Hero said zip, just stared him down hard. In tune was shoot. Caesar kicked rocks, yelling at Ya to go full monster. Boulders incoming. Yay, and Bard barely dodged. Boss threw hands up, screaming he'd pay the price. Eyes blazed, horns popped out. Maniac laugh time. Ton's eyes bugged, pupils shrinking 2 dots. Kiddet was trembling and cussing up a storm. Eyed Caesar, knew they couldn't beat pro players. But stealthy Chin, way scarier than the squad. Boss could still one-shot him though. Roddy's tired but tough. Monster vibes. Hard fight. Caesar's mug got way creepier. Laughed, saying he had to get ugly to power up. Bard saw the ugly blonde guy. Kid filled, he's toast. Strolled up to the kid, extended a claw, offered a heroic exit. Tunin stuttered wait, asked if he's doomed. He had a point to make. Roddy touched his chest. Called Bard a loud idiot. Hoisted him up. Any last wishes? Short stack? Joe goes, I want to live. And I ain't the last scrub. Caesar turned. Jaw literally dropped. Snorted hero fit. Bard bought time. Smashed the glass down. Said being weak, canceled the potions, effect, can't see Roddy's weak spots. So he used the bloody nightmare to download secrets via touch. Dude frowned. You wrecked the clone. Paused. When'd you even have time? Kins-like power has a price. Berserk mode boosted him. Cost. 30 seconds of being totally drained. With his monster human bod, he reached for the abyss. So, the abyss is basically demanding rent money. Caesar lolled. Quit trolling, dude. My power calls the shots. He raised his paws, raging hard. Eyes glowing with zero chill. He rushed our MC, but our boy didn't flinch and bonked Rodrigo's noggin. He realized that mutation gave the boss a major speed buff. Gritting his teeth, he panicked fighting, weaponless sucks. He kept scrapping until he heard his homie holler. Tun yeeted a dagger, shouting, catch bruh. Our hero snagged it midair, total clutch. Stoked to have gear, Chin felt his confidence bar refill. He hopped on the enemy's back for a sneak attack. Teeth gritted. He wondered, why is every hit a crit? You're too extra? Chin smirked. I just leveled agility. Rodrigo roared, triggered by the mockery. Claiming he's the alpha and Chin's gotta get wrecked. He swung wild, but Chin swerved that hit effortlessly. Laughing like a maniac, Chin popped his ult skill. He went in, seeing this guy as just a generic mob now. The Blood Oath boss's back and head lit up in flames, making him shriek like a baby. Super salty now, Rodrigo stomped toward our hero, ready to rage quit this fight once and for all. Chin watched coolly. Caesar was mutated garbage now. Hear the abyss calling, he asked. The monster ghosted him. Suddenly, the beast howled. Desperate to flex his power, one last time. I'm not an NPC, I won't die. He screamed, charging. Tun saw Rodrigo glitching out. This was their opening. Arms wide, looking up, laughing like a total psycho. Chin signaled the Bard. Bard looked back, totally shook. A nightmare mess was eating the boss alive. Pop-up, rare loot, if you beat Caesar. Chin paused. Wait, this nutjob is toast anyway. But for that sweet loot, he'd give it a shot. He vanished, rushing to tell Bard, distract him, just need 5 seconds. Bard hesitated, but this dude's ignoring the background screaming. Our hero said, monsters belong to the abyss. Period. The void takes anyone who ditches their humanity. As Caesar got dragged away, the guy chirped, "Them's the rules, fam. Kin herd monsters go psycho during the blood moon." So Rodriguez dipped into the cave. He drifted back from the dudes. Zero thoughts of attacking. A guy sat on the chest, yapping about smelling fried stuff. If he lived, he'd grab luck by the tail. Loot everywhere. Chun the mage screamed he was rich and free. Dude had maxed out skills for his new life. But creeping up behind, the Blood Oath boss, closing in. Too hyped to notice. Caesar was right on top of him. Guy was bowing like a bobblehead, begging the kid to be his boss. Chin was sweating bullets. "Bro, I ain't that cool," Tun said. "Nah, hearing you. I knew you were born to be king." Hero was like, "I was just posing." Looking back, it's total BS. The bard insisted it wasn't BS. Said listening to him proved he was legit and had goals. Chin asked, "Tun's goals?" Guy said, "You said I'm the best. Support." He blinked. "I don't remember saying that." Joe grinned, then frowned, and claimed he wants to be the king of support. Kid stared hard. Agility 2. Luck 1. Seriously. Survival's a miracle. Hyping him up would just get him killed. Bard told Chin, "Imagine this. You're bossing the front, I'm buffing from ambush. Dream team." Hero cut him off. "I don't want you in the abyss." Tun's eyes popped, sweat dripping. He stammered, "WI? Would you say that?" Chin thought, he buffs others. "Bah, needs a babysitter. Too risky. I don't want you dying." Bard sat there, totally confused. He showed his cash. "Promise me you'll stay out of the abyss." Kid looked absolutely crushed. Lips tight, he muttered, "I get it. Reality check?" Then he screamed, "But I won't live like trash. Even if I die, I want respect." Shine grinned. Bard had guts. Fire in his eyes. "So, you can't protect yourself? How are you going to help others?" "Just holding a mic?" Joe asked. "Is that Lai's sword?" He noted bards need balance physical. And magic, kid can deal damage while casting added, "You sucked with the sword. Learn it now. Pay me back later." The kid gripped the sword, head down. "I don't need the crystals." Chin smiled. "Give 'em to the lay and we'll make bank later." The young man grinned, rested the blade, and was like, "Bet." 3 dudes by the portal, totally silent and zoning out. Kid started yapping about that blood moon drama. Sang some S-rank squad wiped the abyss. Found the Blood Oath losers wrecked. He said he's toast. Added that rondo bodies were there. Even a buddy. Guy asked, "Which homie?" Chick tossed the docs. "Lao Chun. You know, the dude ... We just dubbed our ninja for that last invasion." She spilt that when they found his sorry carcass. He was dripped out. Betty fought Caesar and got girl called it bad RNG that just popped up. Guy grilled her, but she was like, just him. Blondie called it a bust. Redhead dissed Caesar as a total flop. In the hospital hall, some dude face-bombed, begging everyone, even dad, for mercy. Clutched a purple key tight. Super sketchy. Dude knew he was out of options. Massive purple goop spread through the clinic like crazy. Crowd scattered everywhere, freaking out. Clueless, chaos. The guy just stared blankly ahead. Eyes squinted hard. He smelled trouble brewing. Crowd realized it was an abyss portal and lost it. Someone screamed, "Cops," as beasts crept closer. Dude gripped the girl's hand and was like, "Listen, don't look back." Beast smacked him hard. Hands slipped. They went flying. She reached out, screaming for her bro. Total panic. Hero jerked awake, screaming his lungs out. Fists clenched, totally raging. Flopped back, panting. That stupid nightmare again. Checked the date on his phone. Then it clicked. Later, at the florist, asking Sis Jang for a bouquet. She asked if he was visiting his lil sis. He nodded. "Yeah, but got stuck meeting someone first." "Lucky girl having you," she said. "Nice cut, too." "Ran into Uncle Jun?" he said. He insisted on the trim. Dude grabbed the flowers and told the lady he'd help out. She was like, "Thanks." Outside, cop cars swarmed. "They're rushing the hospital." She noticed. Hero tensed up. Didn't think Jess powered straight there. Minutes later, by the gate leading to the dungeon, hearing orders to secure the zone fast. Dude was shook. "Why's the gate popping up here?" Stopped a anicap taking orders from the boss. Cop spun around. "Yo, civilians out? This area is totally blocked off." Then he clocked Chin and Jess, frozen, sweating buck. Dude just walked right up to the portal. Other cop shows up, like, "Bro, why's the place empty?" "Hello?" Blondie starts stammering. "This guy, he's just like the other freaks who went inside. Way out of their league." Chin zoomed in. "Hang tight, won't bail on ya this time." This gate whipped up a whole new dimension inside the hospital. Way bigger than the building. TARDIS logic, just like before. Scanned a room, totally dead. Some pro squad definitely crashed here before me. Grabbed a vial. Rare drop. Not for new. These guys are legit. Our boy instantly knew that big bottle was pure regen juice. System pings. Magic Region Potion. Instantly restores 85% mana, kills fatigue, and cuts costs. Sweet. Chin decided to fly solo to find mana burn's gonna be insane. Gotta stay ready for whatever. Stopped at a fork in the road a bit later. Clueless on direction. So he popped his observation eye skill. Ping, no backsies. Once you pick a path, one-way ticket only. Had to pick a lane? Since the rescue squad went left, he took the path less traveled. This abyss is massive, and he has zero clue how long the grind is. Checking every corner? Worst idea ever. No time to overthink this junk. Normies get wrecked fast here. Gotta speedrun this. Sprinted ahead. Clear red path meant he was the first idiot here. Glanced back, sweating bullets, and realized the exit got eaten by darkness. Welp, stuck now. Spawned an item in his hand. He already knew. This thing was OP. Perfect for marking spots in this maze. Ping. You used Eye of Argos. He tried to pull up the minimap. System error. Map unavailable in this zone. Ah, Chin realized. That's why they were scratching marks on the walls. Gadgets bricked here. Probably a legendary rule abyss. He squinted at the path ahead. Red sludge everywhere. Smelled like a trap room. Gripped his weapon tight. Weird. No clicking gears or trap noises. Not a trap then. While he noticed the creepy silence, a beast spawned behind him. This thing was in total stealth mode. Sneaking up with a giant weapon raised to smash. Spidey senses tingled. He dodged, just in the nick of time. System ping. You suck at fighting this monster. Thanks, game. Gripped the shank tight. Is this guy immune to pokes? Big guy, raged hard, eyes lit with hate, and screamed, bit his lip. System pinged. You got the deaf status. Figured his senses were totally nerfed. Eyed the mob. Definitely lowballed the zone's danger. Con peeked, and realized he hit a rule-based mob. Flashback to 3 years ago. Total noob days. Saw weird shadows making funky noises. Freaky statues. Looked closer, and nearly wet himself. Kept grabbing loot, acting like they were just rocks. Eyed the loot. Can't waste good drops. But when he looked back, saw glowing eyes. Not statues, actual mobs. A glitch, they were just rocks, a sec ago. Kid yells, don't turn. If you look, don't blink. Demons. Arr. Hero felt super awkward. Yellow shirt screamed. Eyes front. Chin was sweating. Kid said demons use logic. High level means smarts. They chill unless you stare. Added, if you look away, blink, they speed blitz you. That's how they kill. Hero, ask for the strat. Back up, slow. No blinking till we exit. Shin told the guy. Got it, and backed up. Then tripped. Fell down. Box sheeted. Loot went everywhere. Teammate freaked out. Statues snapped jaws. Yellow kid had fast reef. Grabbed a stick and booked it. Helped slam the door. Locked him out. Flopped it down. Laughing. Thanks bro. Said he was clueless. Kid called him lucky. Kid chuckled that they were noobs, but he knew the monster lore. Pop skill. Thought he was pro level now? Fist up Fies is useless. Use magic. The mob gripped the weapon tight. Boom. Big explosion. Hand burned. Shocked fire control. Offline. Sweating bullets. Magic aggro. Only fire. Sean zipped his lip. Pupils tiny. Confused. Flaming wolf card popped up. The mob wasn't gonna. Tried to bail, but stalled and got jumped. Clock was ticking. Target was Mia, and camping here was dumb. Then it hit the dude like a truck. This beast is a tank against physical hits and mostly deals 1 damage type. Good news. Dodging this ugly mug was totally doable. Brain finally rebooted, and he figured the creep only goes solid after it attacks. Before that, sickle swings. Its defense drops to 0. Fist bump moment, he found the glitch in the system. Suddenly the mob morphed, and he was like, whoa, phase 2. Cool, but mostly terrifying. Sweating buckets, he realized he was going blind too. He debated if it was time to pop the clone skill to save his sorry hide. Nah. Rejected, 30-second cooldown. With his pitiful mana, he'd be toast before it reset. While he was zoning out, the beast lunged, caught its hand, thinking luck was actually flirting with him. An inch closer, and he'd be monster chap. Realized this was hardcore mode, even with his stats. So, he mashed the super region button. Had to, ding. Cuts healed. Hearing restored. Sweet. Monster looked confused. Totally not ready for that. He knew he had to recover HP fast, or it was game over. Bet phase 2 is allergic to light, he muttered. Even a dim glow kept it back. He grinned. Cueing a skill. Beast just stood there laughing. Super creepy. Bro held on and lit himself up like a torch. His whole body was on fire. Literally. Gritted his teeth through the burn, while the mob watched. System alert spammed burning mode, activated. Well, he quipped. At least I can see now. Charged in, and the monster straight up fled. He frowned. Scared of a little fire? Huh. Darkness was its fuel, so fire wrecked it. Fire skills were cursed, but he found a workaround. Wolf monster card popped up. Skill screamed, I am the fire, and started to Wailana, shrieking loud enough to freeze blood, didn't let up and unleashed the Big Bang skill. Boom, yeeted meters away from the blast zone. Monster dead, his health down 10%. Nice, but the next pop-up was a total buzz. Arm fry, no weapons, no spells. Bummer. Steep price for the win, he sighed, waiting for HP to reach. Yo, fire, chill out. Don't burn the loot. I need the scraps. But his summon pet Tota ghosted him. Didn't listen at all, so Chin screamed for a refund on the damage. Boom, a shiny card drops right in front of the dude. Sweet, a Soul Reaper gadget. Summons a Grim Reaper spirit that deals 5 times the hurt. Game says if I delete mobs with this, I get a death bonus. Free XP gains, and it's glued to my soul. No trading allowed. Staring at the card like, finally, actual good loot. First time seeing a soulbound card. Super rare drop. Apparently, this soul scythe turns bad guys into juice. Straight up converts victims into health and mana. Against a swarm, this thing is basically cheat mode. Check the map path is finally clear. Let's roll. Ping. Notification says Super Region is back online. Chin clenched his fist. Hang tight. Shell, I'm coming. Some massive ogre dude with an axe was lurking by the table. Blood splatter everywhere. She was sweating bullets, gripping a glass bottle for dear life. She yeeted the bottle. Crash. Glass. Everywhere. The beast paused his little rampage, then roared, showing off those nasty, jagged She crawled for her Don't touch him, she squeaked. Squish giant foot stomps the poor teddy bear flat. Zhao looked up. Monster was giving off pure hate vibes. He gripped his axe tight. She was frozen. Total deer in headlights. Sweating buckets, she whispered. Big bro, ... help me. Big guy swung the cleaver. But surprise, a shadow appeared behind him. And just a few seconds later, the scary monster was Sushi, sliced clean in two. The girl watching nearly jumped out of her skin. Standing there, sword guy, looking absolutely epic. He gritted his teeth, staring dead ahead. Still on the floor, Zhao's like, whoa, ... The hunter, kid-shouldered his massive blade, did a 180, and walked. She scrambled over. Wait, please, get me out of here. He looked back, mob's dead. Leave, follow me, you die. She clenched her teeth. Gotta survive, for my little brother, all because of that dumb promise. 7 years back, Doc said sis is no walking, ever. The boys stared daggers at the doctor. So she's grounded forever. Seriously. Nerves are toast, he said. Zero cure. It's over. Chin clenched his fists. There's gotta be a way. Anything. The doctor just sighed and replied, science is basically useless here, but rumor has it. ... Even blind folks see in the abyss. It cures the impossible. Bro wondered, could the abyss actually fix my sister? Doc was like, only pros, ... Double quotes, ... Survive down there. You're toast. Get real, kid. Treatment costs a fortune. Our hero stood up. I'll get the cash, he kept saying. Doc walked him out, ... saying, I'll try, but bills don't pay themselves. I'll pay everything ASAP, he promised. As he left, nurses started gossiping behind his back. Didn't Chin's parents die today? Yeah, and the girl's crippled. Kid's totally alone. He popped into the room. Hey sis. Zhao's eyes went wide. Bro, you're here. He sat on the edge of the bed. Saw the doc. I'm heading to the abyss. She squinted at him. Is it safe? He grinned like an idiot. Totally safe. It's super peaceful. We'll get you cured in no time. He stood up, then paused. Oops, forgot this. Boom, teddy bear in hand. This guy's your bodyguard while I'm gone. I only have you, she screamed. Don't fight monsters. You're all I've got left. Relax. I got a legit job. Gonna make bank, fix your leg, and get you walking. If you have to die for it, ... I'd rather stay in this chair. Just don't go. That's when our hero swore. ... He wouldn't do anything stupid. She told the hunter. If I stay, bro dies for me. ... Hunter was shook. She's got guts. He dumped her in the chair. Monsters come, I ain't saving you. She pouted but potatoed the wheels. At least these work. You're not my client, he said. Live or die, whatever. I won't be a burden, Zhao promised. He stared ahead. Name's Ming. Walking down the hall, he mentioned. Double quotes ... Seen potions, fix limbs, chewed by abyss freaks. But abyss rules. Can't fix what nature broke. Or he would have cured his own sister ages ago. Suddenly, he froze. Dead bodies ahead. Key surveyed the carnage. The mobs here were way higher level than the noob warriors. Looks like they got swarmed hard. He peeked straight ahead and saw 0 demons breathing. Odds are, someone actually survived this mess. Spotted a massive beastie, crept up, and realized it. With sliced 2 ribbons, his scan skill came up empty. Total dud. He figured these goners had 0 agility or brain cells, probably just spammed heavy attacks. Dude cracked up. He was way more cracked than these job-hopping losers. He was basically immortal. Fam? Min and Shin's sis trekked on, shiny yellow stars popping off overhead. Out of nowhere, total jump scare, they started ganking the hunter, holding that giant claymore. Dude dipped his head, silent as a mime, but he was still leaking HP. Girl walked up all stuttery, like, yo, you good? Does it hurt? He blinked, totally chill. Pain, forgot what that feels like. Honestly, flashback time. 4 years ago, Class A Abyss Tomb. Fun times. The corpse king, weirdly nicknamed the Big Boss, had some poor guy in a chokehold. Min watched from the sidelines, grinding his teeth so hard they might crack. Baldy screamed, "You moron! Do you know how much cash I dropped? To hire you noobs, mercs just need to secure the bag and die fighting." He made sure to mention, paid double for their skins. Plus, Min was an outlaw with zero, so he tagged along. But some desperate peeps didn't care if they wiped. Suicide mission for double loot. Sign him up. Hunter guy, remembered it, crystal clear. Baldy yelled, 100,000. Kill the boss. We came too far. To bail on the loot, he bumped it to 200,000, but the grunts got greedy. The cash dazzled them. But, really, they were just pawns. Disposable HP bars. Min was down for 250,000. No way he'd let the squad steal his bag. Demon King screeched like a total psycho as the raid party jumped him. Buff Baldy smashed away, hollering about that $250,000 prize. But wait, there's more. 2 noobs double-teamed the boss. Seconds later, game over for them. So Min charged the beast. He hit this abyss for a reason, right? Demon King raged heart-thrashing, tossing bodies, and spamming fire spells. And Baldy, dude was literally trembling. He screamed for a meat shield. No cash if I die, idiots. Min's jaw throbbed, gritting teeth while Baldy ranted about buying their lives. Demon King bolted seething. Our guy chased him down instantly. He closed the gap on the monster and smacked it with a fully charged sword strike. Finally, he yelled, boom, huge loot chest spawned right at his feet. Hunter went to pop the lid, but Baldy shoved him hard. Get wrecked. My chest? He screamed, shoving past. Min hung back, eyeing the double pay with a major frown. Suspicious much. The bald weirdo flashed a fake, gritty smile through his teeth. You're toast anyway, kid. Why hoard cash when you're checking out? He cackled, bragging about how loaded he was gonna get, and how the dungeon intel was totally worth the price. Then he popped the chest open. Plot twist. The thing was totally empty. Talk about a shocker. Yo, where's the loot? He literally pouted like a toddler. Cue the I invested everything for zero payoff. Then, Yuxin spewed from his eyes and ears. Sandcurse alert. A steady, gritty stream just kept pouring. From the guy's eyes, he stuttered, freaking out. Is this a hex? Realizing I was hit too, I grabbed the orb the boss zombie dropped, scooped it up. Info dump? Turns wearer into the undead. Great. And get this. Holy healing spells. Would basically fry me now? But normal hits? I'm immune. The trade-off? No pain, no feels. Just an unkillable hunter dude. Xiao piped up, asking if his blood had turned to sand. Are you cursed, or what? Min just clenched his jaw, silent. Hello! Why the ghosting? She nagged. Suddenly, fully geared monsters showed up with hate-filled, glowing eyes. They were gnashing their teeth too. Creepy. Crap. I rushed and messed up my stat point distribution earlier. Just gotta dump the nearly 200 points evenly. Whatever. He brawled with the beasts, realizing you can't scout the next room's mob stats until you're actually inside. And if he ignored his HP bar, game over. Man, Ken realized these abyss creeps are buffed up, but they gas out fast. So he kept the pressure on heavy. In his hands was a super wicked dagger for slicing and dicing mobs. Tried to spam shiny daggers. Then Up's mana was under 5%. He swore internally. Can I even cast anything right now? But the baddies don't exactly take naps. So, time for a knuckle sandwich. Fists, it is. Glanced over great. A whole mob incoming. They're multiplying. After 4 rounds with these things, he was totally wiped out. Mana's dry. Good potions gone. Only sketchy abyss juice left. He charged ahead, figuring he should hoard the potions for a real emergency. He tackled the big guy and put him in a mega chokehold. Pop. The head came off in his hands. The body dropped like a sack. And after a bit, more time, Loot Alert 10, artifact card spawned in his hand. System says, Soul Reaper, Sickle. He was like, meh, not the best drop. The side effects were a total drag. Just hoping the Harvest of Despair procced a lifesteal effect. That Reaper Sickle was throwing hands with the mob, all by itself. Ding! A system window popped up with the good news. Sickle passive activated HP, and mana bars fully refilled. Sweet. Dude smirked. Nice. Saved me some pots and According to the next notification, his card skills would last longer, the more he stacked him up. Crunch. He stepped on something weird. Looked down. Goggles? Seriously. Total confused face. Did a nerd explode here, or what? A hand shot out of a barrel. Help! Stranger, danger alert. Guy was sweating buckets. Yo, did you see my glasses? Secu tossed him over. Dude geeked out. I'm Dr. C. A researcher? Thanks. Mobs just spawned in here. Same ones you just clapped. Doc admitted he totally wet his pants, ran blindly, and camped in that barrel like a terrified Mario. The teen squinted. See anyone else kicking around here? Doc gasped. Here, no way. This dungeon is massive. Zero chance for regular folks, especially the cripples from the hospital. Chin collared him. Watch your mouth about patients. Doc, I'm just a medic. Gotta look out for number one. He cringed. If I was OP like you, I wouldn't be hiding. You're here to rescue me, or what? Doc got cocky. If you were sent for me, quit yap. Lionheart Guild promised big bucks for my life. Our boy processed the name Leonhardt. Wait, is this Caesar? Recalled the badge in the system bounty. Beat Caesar. Get 150 points. Jackpot. Flashback to ActionToon. Yo, whose badge is this? She said, Lionheart Party, emblem, big deal. Chin did the math quickly. That's the top tier guild squad. Sweating a bit. Those guys don't mess around. He started walking. Doc yelled, Hey, rescuing me? Why are you dipping? Teen, you're from the ward. Doc, why save those sickos? They're broke losers. No profit in saving them? Hero shrugged. Sorry. Gotta save my sis. Check to the guy. Doc panicked. Wait, you aren't a bounty hunter? The teen smirked. Nah, I take out the trash. I don't save it. Death stare? Chin headed to the purple loot light. Doc scrambled after him. Sean was like, Dude, this place is a total maze. Go alone. You'll hit a dead end and get totally lost. Stick with me. I'll help find your sis. Then you get us out. Deala. E didn't say squat, so the doc just took the silence as a yes and offered to lead the way back. He darted off. No sun here. Just a flash of his outfit, vanishing. A bit later, our guy stepped through a portal into a new zone. Doc smirked. So, kid, which hunting guild you repping? The kid gave him a death stare and went, No guild, I'm riding solo. Doc adjusted his specs. Shook. Wait, how are you surviving this? By yourself. Any player with skills would squad up. Pro hunters team up for the big bucks and boss fights. Y snapped. Sister's name is Xiaowan out. Shut up and walk. Shan instantly broke into a cold sweat. Hearing that name made him look terrified. Flashbacks hit him, files and voices asking about those test subjects. Someone had asked, Are those girls seriously underage? Fatty laughed nastily. Relax, Doc. Their families don't give a crap. Then he added, Xiao just lives with her, bruh. Kid scrapes by collecting trash. If she dies, she won't even know. Then there's Lin Shu. Dad got out of jail and the family went broke. Sean asked, How'd you get him to say yes? He seemed shocked. Fatty chuckled. Families want to ditch their baggage, right? Medical bills are a pain. Why pay for a lost cause? With a creepy grin, the fat guy noted. Shuan's dad visited way less. She was just dead weight to him. He pointed at Xiao. Her brother risks his neck daily. He pays for her meds. Totally draining him. Removing that weight? I'm doing him a favor. The girl overheard some of that and got super bummed out. She knew her brother had it rough because of her. Fatty laughed. Hey, we got a new cure. No more burdening your fam. He asked if they were game. Both girls yelled. Yes. Xiao cried out. I want to recover and stop dragging my bro down. He grinned. Good girls. Sign right here. Back in the lab, he told the doc it was super simple to trick naive kids. The doc gave him props. This research gives power. Sun's doing society a solid. The doc noted, Abyss cells sell for millions. It's a shortcut to getting buff. The tech prepped a needle, dripped the solution in, and kicked off test 1. Flask girl screams, her body literally glitching into pieces. Big yikes. Labro was straight up shook. Sweaty doc grinds his teeth, demanding the 411 immediately. PC nurse says the body yeeted those abyss cells. Zero energy vibes. She recaps that the cell shot flopped hard and now she's rotting in that glass jar. Son's like, chill, it's just a test, dummy. We got backup NPC. Nurse spills tea about some guy, causing drama outside. Doc is super stressed. A dude yells, Where's my girl? It's Papa Lin crashing the lobby. Doc tells security to let him in. Fatty didn't even care. He tells guards, Yo, no beating patients here, and tells Dad that the doc wants a chat. Fatty smirks like a villain. Your kid's in the lab. Follow me, bro. Shan says, I'm the boss here. There's your kid, pointing at the jar. Dude stares, asking where Lin is hiding. Doc's chill. Inside the jar, Son claims they had a deal. Says, my bad, stuff glit. During the test, promises to pay up for the contract. Doc adjusts his specs. Acting cool. Says they still gotta loot the body. Dad rages hard and starts pummeling the doc, screaming for his kid. Calls, Sean. Why are you grilling normies with experiments? He yells. Doc yells. Bro, your life is basically filler anyway. Better to be XP for society. The cash clears your debt. Stop whining. The guy screamed. She's underage. Says there's zero diff between healing and griefing. I don't want loot. I want my kid. Doc rolls eyes. Tell security to ban this rude new. Dad screams. Son is trash. Vows to send them all to the nether. Once it chilled, he asks about Yahello. Test subject to. They said zero energy vibes. Showing up yet? Gotta lag a bit longer. Fatty frowns. Will her bro pull a rage quit too? Sean grits teeth. Nah. Bro's level 0. Track total bot. MC stares down the. Doc, eyes narrowed, asking if he knows his sis. Sweaty Doc laughs nervously. Never heard of her. Probably another server. He wonders. ... If bro is just a trash man, is the real monster hidden or what? Doc grinds teeth, drenched in sweat. If this kid's op, he's cooked. The guy steps up, tension spiking like crazy. Suddenly, Ya turns and asks son if he knows his sis. Doc was sweating boo. Never heard of her, he stuttered. Room was full of monsters. ... So I had to save my own skin, crying like a baby. He thought he was toast. Figured if she croaked, he'd just blame the creeps. Totally not my fault. Swear. Hero grabbed his scruff. Doc squealed like a pig. Chilshan said, not a monster. Who's this? Some random dude popped up. My bad, he shrugged. Thought you were townies? Told son. Lionheart sent me. Came to save you. Got it. He nodded. Loud and clear. Doc wind. This maniac almost sliced me. Hero eyed the floor. Should have known. ... Hunter tracks, he noted. Sword marks. Soloed the abyss. Guys, a total beast. Names. Min. The kid smirked. Merc. Life. Double pay. I'd sell out my team. Hero thought. Asterisk. Double pay. Seriously. Cash over life. Son cheered. I'm saved. Let's bile. Bronto. Quinn frowned. Kid's got a killer vibe. Sean fixed his collar. I don't feel it. Whatever, Hero said. Son promised me his sister. Said I could take her home. Mo blinked. Say what? He paused. Actually, I saw a girl. Hero panicked. Doc braced for impact. Hunter tossed something over. Hero caught it. A fluffy teddy bear. Khan stared. Where'd you snag this? Kid sighed. Shame she didn't make it. Hero glared daggers at him. Eyes wide. Cold sweat dripping. Son exhaled. Thank God I'm alive. Told her, I don't do protection. Min shrugged. Don't care if she dies. Just said I'd tell her, bro. He looked down. Said she'd meet you at the gate. Boy snapped. You just watched her die. Job first. Duty replied. I get paid to finish missions. Don't care about the rest. My curse kills everyone anyway. That's why I fly solo. He struck. She followed me knowing the risks. Honestly, this whole mess was partially the girl's fault. Chin charged at his enemy, screaming at the top of his lungs. Where's my sister? Ming smirked. Leave son to me, and I'll talk. Ya fired back. And if I say no, the doc sweating bullets just nodded along with the mercenary's plan. Hunter bellowed that he has zero sympathy. Anyone blocking his path? Teammates. He'd eat them to hell without blinking. The kid smacked Min's hand so hard that the giant sword went clattering to the ground. He balled his hand into a tight fist, ready to throw down, and mocked, no weapon now. Tough guy, what are you gonna do? Min scowled and clamped onto our hero's wrist like a vice grip. Dude was fuming. He grabbed the other wrist and crushed both hands with insane force. E's weapon slipped from his grasp, and a system alert popped up. Disarmed. Target weaponless for 8 seconds. Hunter released him. Thought that sword was your main toy, the kid quipped. Turns out, the guy is actually a beast at hand-to-hand combat too. Min grunted that they had to move, even if the merc was clueless about the monster. Real warriors use their bodies, he lectured. Takes a million fights to learn that. He smirked, adding that he hadn't even unleashed his full power yet, and Xing Yu stood no chance against his blade. The kid locked eyes with him, focused, and triggered the Rockbreaker skill. Our hero knew that opponent's sword was OP, but he spotted a flaw. It's super heavy and slow. Gotta strike before he can even swing it. Zero hesitation. He lunged straight at his enemy, but the guy blocked it like it was nothing. Wincing and gritting his teeth, he realized, okay, this dude is way too strong. So the kid summoned Tarantulas. Ming hissed through his teeth. Wait, a summoner. He wasn't scared though, not even a little bit. Spiders swarmed the guy, shooting sticky, gross webs everywhere. Like 2 seconds later, the hunter was wrapped up like a mummy, totally stuck. Min inhaled, deep, roared, and busted those webs open. He glared up. You think you're gonna take me down? With a bunch of bugs? He laughed. That is hilarious. Hunter crouched low, so our hero decided to queue up Rock Destroyer. Min scoffed. You really think that stops me? Your way underestimating me, kid? He gripped that massive sword until his knuckles turned white, and growled, charged with 100 strength points. This hit ends you. Hunter noted he wasn't some level 0 trash scavenger after all. He admitted the young guy's power level was actually way higher. The kid fired back. I'm just as good as you. Better believe it, Shin gritted out, demanding one last time. Where is she? Zhao piped up. Wow, uncle is super buff, and I honestly don't know who's tougher, him or my bro. Ming blinked, shocked. She continued. My bro's a trash collector, but he grinds daily to level up and save us. She added that she totally looks up to him and wants to get strong too. Hunter mocked the scavengers as level 0s, asking what power she had, but she clapped back hard. Xiao Sua clocked his power just by his intense glare. Min was curious, so she promised an intro. Hunter said that vibe comes from surviving crazy drama and respected Ken though, knew to say potions for clutch moments. Intel first. Right now, he pegged the guy as a two-handed main. Crits on weak spots meant a win in 3 hits, but this dude was different. Enro armor. Chin watched the reckless, defense-free. What kind of psycho-fighting style was this? Hunter lunged, and our boy barely dodged the heat. He frowned, pupils tiny, respecting the speed. So the kid used that soul artifact on his foot, landed a massive crit on the guy. Another crit. Damage multiplier, active. Neck snapped. Hero stared him down hard. He realized the guy didn't even try to dodge. Just tanked it. Sus behavior. Sand poured from the wound. He was totally shook. Sweating buckets. He couldn't grasp the situation. Men clenched fists, but didn't drop the weapon. He screamed and charged again. Barely slipped past that sword swing. Suddenly, a trash mob grabbed Chin's foe. He struggled to escape, screaming his head off. Huge boom. Men stood there, head low, staring, crouched and sweaty. He looked totally drained. Hunter smirked. Basic hits won't kill me. The kid asked, Bro, are you immortal? Men said the abyss gives powers. Tech can't par skills. Stats loot. Yet, there was a catch. A divine curse for the power. He feared no death, but greed took over. He vowed to take it all. God saw. He yelled that God gave him power for kicks, mocking his fate with strength. Hunter grimaced. Nobody mentioned the true cost. Drenched in sweat, our hero stuttered. Did you turn into a monster? Yep, rumors are true. A beast changes people. Undead perk, infinite respawns if I have mana. The kid listened, totally wilding out. Jaw dropped, totally missed the creepy hand popping up from the floor. Min claimed he high-fived eternity right before croaking. Then boof. Word on the street? Dude was a total lone wolf. Probably wrecked his own squad. No proof, but his team kept dropping like flies. Hunter told Chin he'd already figured out the price tag on living forever. Then dropped the bomb. I'm already toast. Yet, still kicking. Gripped his weapon tighter, looking fierce. Dove at Ya again, just as he tried to spam that deathless skill. Gritted his teeth. Skill plus curse. That's straight up hacking. But he was cornered. Fired up the artifact and went full aggro on the guy. Blocked Min and asked, Immortality? So you actually can't get deleted? Grimaced, hissing through his teeth, that he'd definitely bagged the win. Why didn't hesitate? Clicked the Soul Priest artifact instantly. Realized this boss fight was no joke. Ming looked up, totally losing his cool. Did not see that plot twist coming? Dodged and realized. Wait, that's not physical, just tech effects. Kin shot back. Die to this, and Harvest of Despair triggers. HP and MP would creep back up slowly. ... But since Ming's a zombie, every hit triggers the glitch. He explained, undead guys survive. ... CUZ of magic. Their HP bar is basically just ... decoration. For monsters, that bar's totally fake news. Hunter smirked. Your analysis stats are way up for a normie. Our MC clapped back. Every puzzle's got a cheat code. Even buffs can be clumsy. Glass cannons exist. Bruh. Big power, weak frame. Kid said, everything's got a weak spot. This dude, no armor, ... just blindly rushing in like a total noob without thinking. Baiting enemies into a deathmatch by acting reckless. Hunter nodded. True. But you've got issues too. One stat you totally ignored. Chin was like, nah, I'm built different from Nor. Said he gotta finish this before the guy heals up. Ming's, state, speed, strength, reflex were. And the guy, ... squeezed his gear, thinking, I've got tricks and hidden talent. Yelled out to his ... rival. Physical hits won't kill you, but they drain your mana. Saw the healing slow. 0 mana equals game over for you. Hero didn't stall, ... Popped his artifact again, instantly. Ming's arm crumbled to dust. Grinding you down is my meta, he scoffed. Kid smiled. Every impossible level has a skip. Opponent stared deep. Your weakness isn't PvP, it's I. He spun around, spotted the plushie, jaw dropped, and was like, who dropped this? While he was distracted by the toy, the enemy didn't pause for a selfie. He powered up like a boss. Seconds later, He zipped over, slammed the down, and pinned him flat. Game over. Min smirked. I don't do mercy for roadblocks. I'd delete 'em all. But you're a special case. He crushed him harder, mocking his main character energy. You're too soft. You know the client is trash, but you still simp. Then the hunter hit him with the ultimate ultimatum. The kid, or song, who gets the axe? Hero froze. Wait, my sis was actually breathing. Min, let go. Neva said she croaked. The bear means, I got her. The hunter strolled off, laughing because the girl was tougher than she looked. Drenched in sweat, the guy yelled, What are you holding? Flashback, just hours ago, fighting gnarly beasts. See how floated there, eyeing the battlefield drama. Totally helpless, in a monster's grip. Not cool, she cried, remembering Min said, Not my job to save you. You ain't paying, so rip for all I care. Then she remembered the promising big bucks to fix her leg. Zhao hated how she was always dead weight. Just let me be strong. Once, the beast started sweating and chattering those creepy teeth. Poof, the girl morphed into a massive teddy bear. Ding, Transformer class, unlocked. Level up. Bear hugged the beast and yeeted it. Boom, pixel dust. Min went beast mode on the other creeps instantly. Monster guts went flying in all directions. Stage cleared, all enemies down. Glanced over. Wait, where'd the girl go? Abyss cells, trigger powers. Min figured, classic. The girl was definitely of the experiments that said Dad mentioned. Dude gripped his blade tight. Abyss cells seriously mess with your head. You black out and go full rage monster on everyone. Total chaos. Then the bear spoke. What's wrong? Why am I tall? I can walk. This is super weird. Hunter blinked. You still conscious? Say your name. She said it. Min realized she wasn't lying. She rushed to a mirror, saw the fluff. Min was like, congrats. Maybe, she bawled. I'm not a human anymore. How do I show my bro? I'm a stuffed animal. Min shrugged. Part of the gig dinner. Told Xiao she can dip. He'll solo the quest. Bear guy held out a Gur goes, for my bruh, need a sec to fix my mental first. Min grabbed the loot. If I run into your brother, I'll hand-deliver it. Told why fighting's cringe. Totally pointless. Doctor, Sun crept up. Wait, Zhao's actually alive? Min glared. That Doc's the one to blame. Squinted hard. Abyss spawning. Totally. His bad. Couch guy Dioshka's dad. Piped up. No choice. Turnkey. Open door. And a beast junk floods in. Game over. Gritted his teeth. Rescue squads inbound. But I want the Doc permaban here. And delete his creepy science experiments. Men frowned. Doc knows the bills due. Real payback. I don't care about the cash. Song asked. About Lin? I sent her dad money. ... Wired it already. Then he added. She was toast anyway. Total money pit. Stared him down. And what about Zhao? She glitched in here by mistake and I couldn't help. She volunteered. I'll pay up. He started. Grinning and spouting gibberish. Shin mocked him. Dude was absolutely salty. Mocked him again then decked him in the face. Sun hit the dirt. Total coward mode. Sweating buckets. Who wants a cripple? Using her is practically recycling. ... Good for science. A noble sacrifice. Kept yapping till a trash guy you snatched him. Hen, you'll never get what she endured. Terrified. He's just kidding. Bro. Monster slammed the Doc into the floor. Watched calmly. Doc was somehow chill. Craned his neck, staring blankly. Grabbed his collar. Hell, rejects you. Men stood to the side. Watched the show, staying out of it. Tossed the Doc over. He's all yours. Hunter made a fist but didn't help. Men watched him go. So, we Gucci? He was like, cool story. I just need my sis safe. Whatever to the rest. Mercs grabbed the Doc's face. Merc rules. Doc, we gotta stick to the contract. Her dad wants the kid dead paying double. What did the old guy promise you? Kid shot back. I only have one life. Man, how are you gonna double that? He stared where our hero vanished. Next time, it's gonna be a major showdown. Dude walked to the portal. Didn't answer. Didn't even look back. Ice cold. Suddenly, a giant bear popped out from the corner. Surprise! Bro! The bear yelled. He apologized for being late, staring straight ahead. Xiao answered. No, my bad. You're always risking your neck for me. Chin shrugged. It's chill. Creeps are gone. You're safe. Sorry again. ... Double quotes, she paused. But the monsters aren't gone. She sobbed. 'Cause I'm the monster. Giant tears rolled down her cheeks. Mishka wiped her eyes. I always rely on you, but I want to be tough like you. Even if I'm no hero, I gotta ditch the wheelchair and stop dragging you down. She kept begging for forgiveness. Total broken record. He just let out a huge sigh. Look, tons of humans are way worse than monsters inside. You're actually sweet. Sis was like, but it looks terrifying. She got all upset again. My job is fighting creeps. Trust me, I know a real monster when I see one. You feel way buff now, he pointed. Was that you? He asked if she did it. Wasn't me? She got close. I couldn't control squat, I just morphed. Bro noted, well, your power level definitely isn't low. Weird stuff started happening. He stared at his hand. Poof, bear gone. Girl back. Just like that, she checked herself. Eek, what happened? Yay, I'm back. Jin noted, Morphin burns magic juice constantly. Out of mana, you swap back. That's your superpower. Sis, you can go bear mode and back. Grats on the new abilities. He plopped her in the chair. Am I like you now? She asked. Nope, I won't let you get hurt. Then, meet any weirdos here. He kinda looked like you, she said. Said he wants to chat. Also, he's Our hero replied. Nothing to talk about. He wheeled her to the portal. Dude was snoozing hard when his phone suddenly blew up. He grabbed the phone. Voice, on the other end, asks when he last clocked in. The caller noted that he haven't seen him since that weird mall gig. Word is he went solo, cause he totally lost his mojo. Sweating bullets, he was like, bro, I'm broke. Need cash fast. Someone asked, you a garbage man now or what? He was basically like, yup, totally. Dude screamed, you idiot, you're gonna get wrecked out there. Think of your lil sis. But Shin just said, thanks fam. His phone blew up again, giving him a heart attack. Text from Lou. Transfer complete. To ... .4 million yuan. Dang, she really doesn't waste time. He tapped the text where she was all like, don't forget to thank me when the rest sells. He was stoked. Stared at the screen yelling. So many zeros. He'd listed some gear and resources for sale. Stuff he snagged from the abyss for Lou. She's a VIP. Showed her the hall last night. Her jaw dropped. She asked, how on earth? ... Double quotes. ... Did you bag all these sick gadgets? He grinned. Just digging in the trash. She was shook. Smiled like, can't even use this legendary loot yet. That's why I need you to fence it for me. She laughed. Wait, aren't you still a noob scavenger? Then got serious. Whoa, you actually got ripped though. He laughed. Yeah, the grind toughened me up a bit. Jan frowned. I thought scavenging was just ... some lame side gig that doesn't count. Like, you can't level up. How'd you get buffed? Chun grinned. Even trash collectors make gains. Yo, she asked, ever thought about hitting up ... Double quotes ... The guild for a license? Needed to verify that loot. He was like, if I get the card, then I can raid the abyss legally. Yep. If they catch you looting without it, jail time. Shan spilled the tea. Just convince the proctor ... You're level 1 material, which I know you are, but you need a referral for the yearly review. I'll pull strings for you. He asked, you got this? Lou spun around. ... Told the guard the loot was hers. He just nodded, bit her lip, telling Shin, you saved me. I owe you one. He started sweating bullets again. ... Scratched his head, thinking he was the one in debt. Tripped over a box, walking home. Delivery? Sis said, no kitchen. Had to order takeout. Noticed Joe was up at the crack of dawn. Just sprung from the clinic. She refused to waste day one napping. Munching away, you ask how the pins were holding up. She claimed her body felt different overnight now. She can wobble a bit. Ditched the wheels, grinned, and strutted forward. Totally freaked, he asked. You did that in one night? Said she feared going full bear mode and trashing his pad. So she focused all that mojo into her toes. Chin was like, chill, I got you. Don't go try-hard mode. Zhao grinned, saying she take it slow. Hopes to walk soon. Zero pressure. Dressing while stuffing his face, he joked, one meal won't make me fat. The girl was super shook that he was bouncing. He just shrugged. Got a jet. Sis pointed out it was his day off. He smirked. No rest for the wicked, just grind. 20. Shoujo squinted, actin' sus. Sketchy. Bet you're sneaking off to a date. Our guy stepped out to the bridge and gazed ahead. Peeped some dudes loitering nearby and stared him down. Sweating bullets? He thought. Is this the hunter vibe now? Heard a voice. Here for a card. Which guild you eyeing? He spun around Joe Tongue. Both were totally floored. Bard asked, what business you got at the hunter? ... Exam spot. Wait, didn't you have a license? Kin, it costs a fortune, but I'm paid now. How do I get verified? Our hero asked the kid. What's good, kid? Tried Malay, but ended up with a support permit. Ton advised. If you're applying Gaunt for the top spot, kid was like, still mulling it over. Meatheads rolled up and shoved him aside. Zero manners. Redhead puffed his smoke. We really gotta wait. Musclehead cleared the path. Move, delays, mean trouble. He figured. It was his first time seeing a chosen class. Divine Knight Luke stayed quiet, then decided to tail the ginger boss. Dude stormed in, screaming for the test. Super salty. Gur sighed. Which license you need? He replied. The top tier one. Grinned like a brat. The almighty license. Crowd gasped. For real? He's trying for almighty. He's a chosen one, someone whispered. Easy win. His crew barked. Quit staring. Our boss is the GOAT. Some rondo stepped up and guy acted like he was the best. Lingard, then hit on the girls. The girl glared. Go sleep it off, weirdo. Not happening. Dude snarled. Watch the teeth. I'm God's chosen one. That really ticked the stranger off. She snapped her fingers. Asterisk. What? Dude caught fire and got eaten. The jock's jaws hit the floor. Total shock. Boss screamed while his goons panicked and threatened her. Explosive flame. From a new, he gasped. The guy gritted his teeth while the crowd started roasting God's chosen. For looking like burnt toast, LOL. Bus raged that she made a total clown of him. She needs a lesson. He yelled. A hand touched him. You done yet? Red yelled Beck. He spun around, saw glowing eyes, and froze. Yikes. Sweat started pouring down his face. Saw the cameras and realized he was gonna get busted. Bus felt the guy's aura and got totally creeped out. Staff yelled, no powers. Chin shrugged. It's cool. Just hot in here, making folks cranky. Yeah, I know it. Girl told the clerk. Redhead started it. Clerk sighed. Break rules again. You're arrested. Then she asked about the strangers. Job and what license she was chasing. Fire elemental mage. She said, need a spell permit? With that temper, we need a background check. Clerk said, handed her a crystal. Girl grabbed it and squeezed. Hard crack. A loud snap echoed. The lady mentioned his strength stats were totally glitching out. Added that lately, unregistered noobs with high specs. Havoc lately. She eyed the girl. Come with me. Girl grinned. Glitchy rock. Let me try again. Touched it gently. Normal now, clerk muttered, confused. Girl hopped around. Yay, it works. Woohoo. Kin thought. Asterisk fake much. She switched up fast. Asterisk. The bard opened his mouth. But our guy shooshed him. Zip it. Who's next? The clerk called out. Tun whispered. You'll fail. E just said, I need it. Clerk asked. Which license for you, kid? The almighty one? He dropped. Big words, job that's for elites. E stammered, sweating. Level 1 garbage man. The whole room went dead silent. People howled with laughter. Chin ignored him. I'm doing it. Apps? Totally fine. The clerk shrugged. But, like, do you even know what this crazy test involves? Dude was shook. There was a test. Some rondos sneered. Janitor duty calling. Then came the tea. Normal folks squat up to raid the abyss. Covering roles, but you're riding solo. Even easy mode is basically Incideth for loners. Chin didn't blink. If I solo this mess, I get the badge. Right, kid? That tier is for veterans. It's literal suicide. If you're so cocky, prove it. Grab this crystal. He grabbed it. The lady winced hard. Zero juice. Yikes. The crowd burst into giggles. No magic. One guy total embarrassment. Chad snatched the key anyway. Any other deets on this exam? We aren't liable if you croak. That thing opens the gate. Smash it for an emergency bailout. Won't need a parachute? He grinned. Suddenly, Tun rushed him. Yo, are you bailing, or what? Looking bored, he said. I'll be back in one piece. Red hair lost it right then. How can trash like this challenge the abyss? Give me a key. I'm raiding the same dungeon. One key, only. Come back later. Tough guy. He scowled. Can I go with him? Not as allies, though. Like, ... Erase. Rules don't explicitly ban it. I guess. She cleared her throat awkwardly. But only the boss slayer keeps the token, meaning only one of you passes. Period. Also, more players means the difficulty spikes. That's why we usually limit it to one person. Seriously, even ... With guild oversight, tweaking rules gets messy. The map might glitch out or mutate randomly. You boys still want a duo this death trap? Neither guy said a word. Hero figured. More enemies meant buffed XP and monster stats. The redhead smirked. My gear is got. This trash dungeon is nothing. He flexed his stats. Chin had to admit the gear was cracked. Even a noob can pay to win with that equipment. So, what's the verdict? The clerk sighed. Whatever. Chin shrugged. I just need the license. Don't care if I have a tail. He figured if the difficulty spike meant rare mobs, the loot drops would be epic. The bard told the dude to rethink it, cause the boss could spawn randomly, or magic gets blocked with uncleansable deep. But he just told him to chill. Guy was slick. We're rivals. You mess up, I ain't helping. Solo winner only. Chin said, I'll open the gate. Maybe you're in Jesus gives us a good roll? The redhead smirked, thinking the kid finally knew his rank in the food chain. He shoved his key forward, yelling for his god hand to lead the way. System pop-ups flashed, saying the abyss difficulty was set too hard. Heroes saw mob damage was up 70%. But wait, there's more. Abyss debuffs spiked by 300%. Yikes. Plaguers also got pinged about the loot split rules. The guy's jaw hit the floor asking what was up with these nerfs. Said he prepped special potions to cheese the test. But he realized the potions were nerfed and passive healing tanked too. The kid knew the real danger was that nasty bleed effect, so he had to play it safe. Redhead yelled that he bought the biggest backpack for potions, but now he's gotta travel light. Still geared up though, claiming he'd wreck all the mobs. Big Shot shouted me first, and Speed ran ahead like a maniac. Alert Player 2 joined, difficulty raised to hellish. The next notification told the players it was a legendary run with a legendary boss incoming. Beat that, and they'd snag legendary rewards. The staff girl freaked out, asking what the guy's luck stat was, then ran to tell her boss. Players stood by their gates with fans cheering. Tun was at easy mode, raised his weapon, yelling they'd totally crush it too. Bard was sweating bullets, hoping he makes it back in one piece. Redhead hummed, noting that the door led to a huge room, just like his mansion's lobby. He couldn't keep his trap shut, asking what this dumb ruin was since nobody was there. Chin calmly said, "It's the boss room." Guy panicked. "You mean we walked straight into the boss fight?" A poop pop warned them about immortal speedsters with heavy bleed damage and insane strength. Hero realized the mobs had 4 buffed stats. In this nightmare dungeon, these dudes would be a total pain. Wanted to summon a spider to draw aggro and back. He swung, thinking these knights are tanky in front but soft in the back. So, popping berserk mode right now is a no. Needs to hit weak spots, but 0 time to react. His rivals shoved him aside, screaming at the mobs. 2. Die, refusing to let them snag any sweet boss loot. Redhead gripped his gear, getting way too close to the knight, yelling he'd show him the king of crushers in action. RMC was sweating but eyes twitching. He screamed. This guy had lost his marbles, ignoring everything to aggro. The angry mob's hard. The dude face planted crying. Who hits that hard right at the start? Chin watched Dinkin. Miracle, his armor tanked, that hit without cracking. Turned his head, one of those purity knights was incoming. He yelled that he's got all the aggro now. So the plan's toast. Kid tried dodging the giant mobs, juked the attacks, tripped and crashed. These knights deal bleed damage. Basically, one scratch in this dungeon equals game over. Riva yelled, "He's baiting you," then asked, "Why me too?" MC shouted back, "Go cry in a corner if it hurts." Wimp. Guy got salty, asking if he was being called dead weight. I just slipped. Okay? System pinged. Valor Knight's got a defense buff active. Dude's a statue but hits like a truck. Thinking how it shreds defense. It's an anti-tank mob, so he decided to pop. AN artifact skill, like Spirit Dash. Redhead charged again. "You're useless. I'll solo this." Chin figured the rival wasn't totally trash. At least he was drawing some heat. 2 bosses meant coup was key, but his rival failed hard. Knight smacked him, sending him flying like a rat. A tank with broken armor, totally useless. Monster raged. Guy wind and pain born to be a meat shield. The Valar Knight gripped a huge cleavers, marching angrily toward them. Pop-up warned. Taunt skilled target. Can only hurt the caster. Aggro is locked on the user. He told Red, "We can't just tunnel vision one. Gotta take down the bigger knight first." Beast roared, charging so hard the ground exploded. System Allure reminded him that this mob's armor was totally broken blocked, 95% of hits. Sheen cringed, realizing his tiny dagger was basically a toothpick here. The other dude was clueless. Why this enemy was built different from the trash mobs he'd squashed before. Usually, one tap equals game over. Another tin can gripped a massive blade and charged the boys. Dude was absolutely raging. You glared, thinking his joining the brawl was just bad karma. He yelled that the guy dumped all stats into defense, meaning 0 damage output. Like, how do you even level? Pacifist run. Red shouted back. He was all gains, leveling purely on strength. He opened his mouth to yell more, but our MVP screamed, "Don't zone out now, genius." Guy looked back, saw the beast, and booked it at warp speed. Sprinting blind, not watching the ground. Seconds later, tripped on a rock. Total face. You noted his ninja moves clashed with that tank gear. Total fight. While the boys were chatting, Monster smashed its blade inches from their toes. To close, they barely dodged. He yelled. The Abyss wasn't a playground. This place was strictly for grinding sweat and blood to survive. Charging in, he saw regular hits, failed. Time for caveman tactics. So, he super quickly rushed the mob, who just stood there, lagging, weapon down. Fist clenched, he yelled that just one power buff would wreck it. He started pummeling. Knight, thinking fist fighting was the classic broke boy. The dude screamed, seeing him knock back a heavy tank. That definitely triggered the monster. It tried to smack E, but he started juking hard. Pop-ups everywhere. Critical hit. Weak point, stun. Chinhua shook, 1 hit, with his luck stat carrying him. Another alert popped up confirming that Hitmotive triggered a stun. While he daydreamed, the knight woke up and started spamming attacks. Wound, she shrieked, sweating bullets, yelling his rival just got deleted. He stayed back, figuring it was standard drama. Meanwhile, our hero was shaking it off. You realize Sans' DPS was trash, and his defense was squishy too. Didn't expect that guy to be useful, but wow, he was struggling for real. Shin stepped up, yelling move. The guy obeyed and Shin swung. System logs flooded the screen. Critical, critical. Another weak point smashed. Kid barely dodged as the beast came crashing down. But he didn't pause. Knew there was a second boss, 2 solo. Jaw dropped, shy, watched the show, and thought, whoa, he's skipping the armor and hitting the squishy bits. She noted his aim was totally cracked. He yelled at E, thought you said this kid was a noob. Dude's techniques are totally insane. He's all, I'm a noob, class-wise. But grinding monsters for years, scavenging basically power-leveled his skills, big time. She's like, you know nothing. Are his gains just from gear? Kion was like, gear is just stuff you swap out when you level up. Berserk mode boosts speed and makes combos hit way harder. Hero guy claims his own bod is the real weapon here. Spotted another robo-beast. So the kid peeped it and said, only ranged attacks work on those spikes. She grinned huge. Like my turn to slave. Told him, don't think I'm just blades. I got magic too. Dude yelled he could totally blast a sick lightning arrow. Yelled watch this noob, and zapped the knight good. Hero ignored the haters and popped his own skill. Beast crashed down hard, and he was thinking, spikes drop, resist. So scoring crits is super easy now. He swung, again, screaming a huge fire blast was incoming. Head rolled by one. Chin was totally fanboying over him. Redhead screamed, no way, Melee can't use magic. How? But our boy didn't reply since the brawl wasn't done yet. Another mob direct, no breaks. It was super mad. It rushed the kid instantly. System pinged. Spikes are active. Yo. Seconds later, ping. All damage bounced back. Dude yelled, spike counter. Did not see that coming? Monster had a giant chopper and was ready to swing. Kid started booking it. Gritted teeth, cursing cause his skill was lagging. Sheen raised his shield, deciding to just tank it. Beast went full aggro on him. Totally enraged. Zero, chill. Knight's moves were wild and stronger than any elite mob. Knew he'd be toast without his stats. Eyed the beast, thinking how it speeds up but lags after landing a hit. Kid knew dodging was risky, just had to not stress about the hit, and it'd probably be nightmare fuel. So he stood there to tank it. Popped a dagger in hand. One screamed, you tanking that? You wanna die? Of course, Hero Bro said nothing. Tuned in his skill, ignoring everything else around him. Knight was clueless, then started screaming while roasting alive. Chin was like, I ain't dying, vowing to outspeed the beast. Flipped on his trash helper perk to get one was shook. Game over. Can't believe Yaz got more skills? Pop-up says, Era, can't recycle living bummer. Knight got zapped fried by like a gazillion lightning bolts. Head up, screaming like a totally wounded animal. Berserk mode kicked in, making the kid unstoppable. Crits for days. But bye-bye health bar. Hero yelled, eat this, putting everything into the hit. Totally ticked off. He smashed that armor hard. Stabbed him a bunch of times, straight in. The iClassic weak spot targeting. Realized he had 0 time to kill it before bleeding out. System warns. 20 seconds left. Beast, gripping its eye, wailing. Yeah, seriously. Enough to make your blood totally freeze. Sex later. Ping. Monster used instant regen. Chin gritted his teeth. Hits only took 70% HP. Dude was stressing, realizing he'd croak. If he quit, hesitate. Also, dead loot. Popped a second berserk, betting his last HP on this. Can't waste the grind. Gotta use those 7 seconds. Alert. Double HP, drain cut, berserk time, 7 seconds. Kid decided it. Had to end now. Rushed a knight for the one-shot kill. In split seconds, he executed the crazy plan. When Ya just overpowered the boss instantly. Or was he just tripping? Stared hard, thinking, I still want to take this guy on. Pingrats on beating the night guards. Victory. Gate test passed. Abyssed. Deep. Gone sweet. Guy started chugging health potions ASAP, cause his HP hit 10%. Close call. Tossed the emptis. Laughing. Almost died again. Looked away, realizing he hasn't had a real meal in ages. Yelled, recycling time, baby, and laughed like a maniac. Wu asked about the creepy hands, wondering if Void H-Ya stood back and said, dude's eating the boss corpse, weirdest skill ever seen. Walked closer to Chin. Thought, this kid's scarier than the actual monsters. Then a pop-up hit our hero. Refining complete. Success! Snagged a skill card multi-sword strike, which needs a blade to spam instant/combos. But wait, there's more. He snagged a shield skill to wreck mobs. Rarely uses shields, but the debuffs are totally OP. His buddy noted. Those giants got deleted instantly. Just blood left. No bot. Then, he bolted fast as light, screaming his head off. A chest dropped, asking for gear to insert. Merge it with a night soul for random new loot. A total legendary drop. Rare abyss event. He recalled hearing about it back in the day. Drooling, his pal asked how he got so lucky with this find. Wondering if difficulty spikes boost drop rates. He replied, harder grind equals wilder production. He decided to test it with a rusty old dagger. Pal yelled, use good gear. But he only had noob stuff. Oh right, the guy totally forgot. Bro is level 1 with 0 high tier gear. Smirking, he's stuck upgrading this dagger. A pop-up warned that the upgrade might flop hard. Fail rates depend on luck stats and item level. More text about the dagger type and level. Wait, 200% success. Crazy. Never knew it went over 100%. Ping. Confirm the upgrade attempt. Merging the soul turns the dagger into a longsword. He tossed it in. Hit yes. Boom. Success. Grats, it evolved into a legendary weapon. He stared ahead and said it looked pretty epic. Actually, item text. Flashy but useless trash. Unique though. He also snagged a duplicate trash sword. Exact copy. Bro grinned. Not bad. He dug it. Sidekick watching was totally shook. Laughing at the trash stats. 0 luck today. He turned to the dude. Chill replied. Trash to you. Perfect for me. Don't say you've never seen god tier loot. Ignoring him, he swung the sword hard. Checked his hand. Recovery started. Lifting the blade, he announced. A self-repairing weapon. Basically, god tier for him. Dude watched him, thinking his skills were totally sick. Grinds trash to get buff. Ignores god tier gear. Crazy. Actually, he's obsessed with garbage. Literally the trash god. He walked to the busted forge. Alter total junk, no one called dibs. Chun grinned, yelling for minions to grab it. Scrapping time. Ding. Notification pops up. Recovery complete. Hero grabs the card and read. Text. Master Forge altar fixed. Summoned whenever. Stoked, he said once he gets mats. He'll upgrade swords. Fail. Restore and read. Easy peasy. Said he's over daggers. Needs a fresh vibe. Rival guy was shook. Warned E. Dual wielding brings nerf. Speed, aim, damage drop. Kid opens the weapon menu. Reads E. Gotta learn dual gear. Speed drops 50%. Shocked he could burn points to speedrun the skill. Then saw the alert. Realized junk gear points could boost skill, speed. Con yells he can max it out. Wen's jaw dropped. Stared at our boy, sweating bullets from pure shock. Pupils shrank way down. And he asked what? Why did I? System spam flooded in. Boom. Dual wield proficiency hits S. Kid gripped his gear, saying, his noob dual wield run starts at S. Wandered the giant room. Kin asks, tasks done. Where's the gate? Wanzi? Stuttered, announcing he's bailing. Dude paused. Said if he knew it'd be this hard, he'd have dipped. Turned to check the opening gate. Woozerd got cash to blow. No death wish. Alert popped up. Extreme danger. Battle mode on. Hero glared ahead. Hated the fog. Knew the vibes were off. Suddenly screams at the kid. Sketchy. Move it. Kid ignored him. Dude had to rush in. Sansi screamed. In pain. Guy cursed. Why so slow, man? Trap. Woos. Knight-proof defense. Just got wrecked. Figured the real boss wasn't those two knights, but what they guarded. Just starting. Squinted ahead. Saw movement. Something's emerging. It was the Dark Elf Kingdom. Gravity user with mad stats. Dude pursed his lips. First time seeing a named legendary boss. What? He dashed in and screamed, why me? I just wanted the ID for let me out. Pop-up flashed. Scare hunt on. Show fear to Damascus. And you're his lunch. Jin snapped and yelled at Woon. It smells fear. Run away and you're target number 1. Domus closed in unread. Attacked instantly. The guy just gritted his teeth. He shouted, recalling he'd maxed 2 weapon types to S. Swords beat daggers now. Way better strength and speed stats. Hero didn't think for a second. He charged the beast to pull aggro. Himself, spamming blade strikes while whoop. System pinged. Attack ineffective. The mob only takes hits from its current target. Kid was shocked. 0 damage. For real. He ground his teeth, dripping sweat. Cursing, he knew he was out of options. Seconds later, Domus caught the screaming Wu and swung that huge sword. Entry guards noted a player died. Only 1 signal left. The tubby guy laughed and said, it was likely a cocky noob. This abyss is level 30 plus only. Then he added that once the hunt team gets there, they'll build a rich kid. Meanwhile, E saw the ping. Domus scored a kill. Power up. Seconds later, it locked onto our hero. Jin's eyes glowed. Is this good or bad? He knew beating this beast just got way harder. Kid apologized, but said he needed the loot, then popped skills. The monster looked down, checking out the ants. Pings flashed, E learn parry. With longsword, whirlwind strike, and disarm. Skip the tutorial. His sword stats beat his actual skills. He pointed his weapon forward and dared the monster to bring it. Dummas didn't need asking twice. He attacked instantly. So fast, the kid blocked with his gear. Knowing this would be tough, he popped Meteor Strike. A notification popped that Domus is immune to stealth hits. Jin stood his ground and unleashed Whirlwind Strike. He popped clones too. Shocked they didn't fool the boss, teeth clenched. He thought about how annoying the slow HP regen was. It nerfed his stats. Crap, avoiding the Reaper's gonna be tough. Big guy didn't lag. Exploited the pause gravity vortex. I watched the whole thing go down. Teeth clenched. Total shocker. Gripped my blade, but got yanked like a magnet. Then, slam ragdolled me into the floor. Dust everywhere. Chin popped up fast. He's to OP. What's the play? Figured even if the heal rate drops 10%, gotta stall to regen HP. Whipped around. Wait, the beast ghosted me? Eyes glued forward, but behind me, creeps camping my 6 with a weapon. Barely dodged the nuke at the last splits. Bailed, but the mast spammed gravity vortex instantly. Scrambling to not get squashed. Fists tight, grinding teeth. No dice. Though, monster smashed the floor hard. Boom. Spell cancelled. Pop-up. Super regen interrupted. Just great. Floor is basically Swiss cheese. Now, choking on dust. Cough. Can't spam Regan again. Can't heal. Seriously. And I've only got 1 HP left. 1 tap equals game over. Even if you're winning, in a flash. Tide's turn. That's the abyss. Thanks for the XP, bro. Didn't quit though. Time to pop recovery. Chin gripped the hilt tighter. Yelling, not this glitch again. Ding. Meteor Strike leveled up. Sex later. Emergency evasion leveled up to. Looked up screaming, more. Learning on the fly here. Started wailing on the beast. Stoked that my skills were grinding up. Trusted my gut. Ding. Whirlwind Strike leveled up. Started Rush to Moss felt my stats buffing with every move. Another ping. Multi-blade strike leveled up. Gotta be faster. Invincible. System alert. Dual wielding leveled up. Gritted my teeth and smashed a giant free card. Checked my gear and saw. My weapons were toast. 0 durability. Whatever, I can fix this junk. Easy. Infinite continues. Baby, I can do this all day. Moments later, armed up and ready to rumble. Suddenly, squinted ahead. Saw the boss's HP bar. He was totally hyped. The thing finally spawned. Shin grinned. 0 worries now. He stared him down. Damus was raging hard. Full beast mode. The monster didn't even hesitate. Just smashed the floor. Dust flew everywhere. Total mess. Portal opened. The bard, his buddy, walked out with the squad. The kid told Tunyo, thanks to you. That last spell hit the bulls, but he hyped up the girl who did 90% of the work. She crossed her arms. Boys are useless. Low. She spun around. Why is there a crowd at the boss gate? The clerk asked for a status update. Signal Ostegard said, looks like they're toast. Clerk shrugged. Whatever, no biggie. Just clean up before dark. Easy peasy. The dude stepped up. Bard yelled. Everyone died. Back off, they told him. Sweating bullets? Joe asked. No rescue mission. She sneered. We don't save trash for free. She saw that. Wunshi had pricey gear and could pay up. Bard screamed. He ain't trash. Clerk said. Drag him. Bury the loser testers right here. Volunteers, watch out and roll out. A voice boomed. Don't bother moving. Dead silence. Hero walked in. Got the loot. Did I pass? Bard cried. Boss. I knew Shin would crush it. Shin flashed the prize. So, is this a pass? The clerk started sweating and gasped. Impossible. You're a level 1 scrub. She spotted a golden stone. In his grip. How'd you get that? He tossed it. I did the job. Keep the change. Legendary drops only come. She stuttered. From legendary bosses. Did you kill one? He shrugged. Yeah, pretty much. Cleared the whole abyss. All day. She was sweating profusely. No way. He's bluffing, she decided. Must have been a weak mob. A level 1 rookie couldn't beat a real boss. She yelled. You're a killer. You stole that rune. From a pro hunter? You thief. She was vibrating with rage, screaming he was guilty of team killing. The bard got super salty hearing those words and shouted that the dude soloed everything with pure skill. The clerk LMAOD, saying a trash mob like him couldn't be bet he camped till the end. Then betrayed Wunshi. That was her only lame theory. Tun told M to check the receipts. If they found 0 weapon marks on the chosen one's body, they needed to drop the drama. Our guy just stared blankly. Chillsplained that they wouldn't find Wunchi's body anyway. The guard stuttered, realizing the kid was actually spitting facts. The intro notice said the abyss was wiped clean. 0 loot, 0 remains. The clerk started sweating bullets. For real? She asked, claiming it was just a glitch. He just shrugged. Literally nothing. Left. 0 proof to bust me with. What's the deal? I followed the Deb's rules. Other players aren't my problem. Why scream team kill? The chick was shaken, stuttering hard before admitting they had zilch on it. He smirked, wondering if he'd beaten their little test. The clerk gave a fake smile and congratulated him on passing the guild's hunter vibe check. She added that per the stats, he earned an almighty license. Chin could join basic parties now. She asked. Lee echoed her. She felt the drama wasn't over yet. Am I right or am I right? The guards were sweating buckets. Super stressed. They yelled that the heir of Lu Xingji's fam was here. They rushed over, simping hard. VIP, what are you doing in this dump? And she dropped a bomb. Golden rune holders can make their own squads. The clerk had to agree. Yay, didn't need to join randoms. He could lead his own crew. Lu turned to him. Did you mention me? He was like, nope. The dude broke a sweat. Totally spaced on that, he admitted. Xing, Jan raged. Are you actually dumb? She was fuming. It's Guild Reg Day. A world rune owner can start a team, she added. The clerk stayed quiet on purpose. She clapped back. I wasn't plotting. Was saving the rune for a real pro. The bard lost it. After hearing that, you gonna rob us? He asked. Tun realized the admins made the rules but were still cheating. A random shouted, this Evil is rigged. And the crowd got loud. The clerk snapped, screaming for everyone to zip it. If I hand it over, y'all will think it was stolen. She claimed a leader needs rank B or higher. She stepped to eat your stats before entering. The abyss were to rank, crystal facts. The elders would laugh you out of the room. So, the guard saw stats bugging out. It's maxing out. The chick whipped around dripping sweat. She was like, yeah, what gives? She eyed Chin, spooked. Dude, back off my bubble. Security was totally clueless. Nobody touched him, but stats kept spiking hard. Glitch City. Maybe? They call me trash. Whatever, Ton arguing. Pass my vibe check. Today? No more drama. She felt boss-level pressure. What's this guy's deal? Gonna rush the staff? He glared, just grabbing my loot. Bro used to skill and yoinked the gold rune. Gart claimed the tech was fried. Try the crystal instead. Careful, that rock's unstable. It's gonna pop. Dude got salty. Time to really flex. One guy screamed, the other saw. The boom had hit S+ first though. Get better gear or get wrecked, he said. She looked away. Don't even say he was sandbagging. No shot, Lu giggled. Knew this was easy for you. Shoulda flexed sooner to shut him up. Better drip means better respect. Wait, you name drop me. Faking friendship is hard work. Jan agreed. Stoked to meet Yahello. Chin did the Bard's testing too. Have we met? I played your bidet bash. Oh, that total disaster. My rap was cringe. Tong sobbed. Jan yelled party at Yaz's crib to celebrate. Bro froze up. He spun around. Why my place? Shin slumped. He rents a tiny flat. Lu would roast the size while Tong cries. Girl was totally lost. Dude shook but said, I'm Gucci. Breathing super hard. Can't let Leo see his broke lifestyle. Epic show waiting. He'd be stoked if she came to hang. And Joe totally agreed. The bard asked why the weird vibes, then checked if they were on for tomorrow. You were like, no biggie. Lu said she's hyped for tomorrow and promised to bring swag. She eyed our hero, said catch ya tomorrow, and bounced, sweating bullets. The guy knew he needed a quick glow up ASAP. Chin got home and was instantly ambushed by his sis, asking if he'd just scored a date. While stripping he thought kinda. Xiao asked, with goblins or ogres? And was the venue the abyss? She screamed that he capped again and went straight to the abyss. He chilled her out. I'm safe. Limbs attached, all good. Just scratches, he lied. Sis saw the scars and yelled, hospital. Now, seconds later, the boy hopped in the shower to wash off the grime and gore. Pure luck Xiao didn't see he was basically hamburger meat all over. He knew it'd take months of downtime just for everything to heal. So he started browsing the system. A reincarnation ping popped up. He realized this was the alert from when he clapped Dark Elf, King Demac. Once the boss was toast, some loot cards had dropped. The system confirmed he'd officially wrecked King Demac. Hyped on the win, he smashed the recycle button. Ding! Shin scored a gravity vortex skill. He lolled. Demasts. Ult move. Total jackpot. Plus, he snagged stat points sitting at 140. Now, he kept it basic and split M equally, like always. He stared as the plus button grayed out at 512 points. He scanned the system, saying stats were maxed out. No more gains allowed. Then he saw the reincarnation. Conditions met alert. The system unlocked a brand new feature, confirming resets level 20 but unlocks second awakening up to tier 5. He squinted at the screen and asked, do I seriously gotta reset to 0 just to level up? He knew resetting in Abyss was sus, so he ignored it back then. But now chilling in a safe zone, he decided to trigger reincarnation. Flashback to that clerk roasting him at the license exam. He grinded so hard for respect in his fam, yet still wasn't there. He told himself he can't let limits stop him. Gotta smash through this wall. Chin muttered. He couldn't stall. Now this obstacle had to go. his sister heard a scream from the bathroom and did a literal spit take with her milk in panic. Ping, respawn success. Stats reset. Max level capped at 5. Nice. Bro realized he didn't have to restart from 0 cloche. Kin says, Scar's gone, but Xiao yells, stop capping. I mean, if he's totally fine, why is his outfit covered in ketchup stains? Dude stares at his sis, dripping wet like he just showered. Her eyes go slit mode, pupils tiny, and she screams her lungs out. Seconds later, kaboom then ... crickets. Shoujo grabs her head. I can transform again, she announces. Y is like, grats. Also, we need a new house. Soon, our hero hits up the Shinfang City gear auction. The abyss spits out all kinds of weird loot. Gotta ID it first. Legal sales beat the black market. Sketchy stuff. Some guy rushes Chin. Yo, what's up? No randoms allowed here. Kid goes, chill. I'm just here to appraise gear for auction. Dude sneers. You? A collector? He frowns. What level are you? Acting this cocky. Hero thinks, even at my max, ... level 5. Won't impress him. So he says, level 1. Guy shoves him. Do you even know where you are? Only whales spend here. We sell go-tier loot. Get out. Keen flashes the dagger. Just appraise this, he says. Then we talk. Guy rolls his eyes. Why rate trash? Takes a sec, but he agrees. Fine, whatever. Whips out a calculator. Taps away. This dagger? Worth 0. Embin it outside. No charge for the service. Suddenly, he freezes, stares at the blade. The sharpness. Something's weird. Grabs a magnifying glass, zooms in tight. His jaw basically sweating bullets, voice cracking. It's unique. Pitch black blade, leaking starlight like the void itself. This weapon has a crazy backstory. Requires level 31 to wield. Appraiser yells, forget the math. I was blind. Tells E, I almost skipped a legend. This is a masterpiece. Everyone needs to see this. 30 mins later at the warehouse. Sis, you're taking the inn. Just for a bit me. I'm bunking in the landlord's basement. Realized his piggy bank couldn't fix the exploded house. 2 million for repairs. Account balance. 200 out. System alert pops up. He sighs. Gotta sell this loot fast. I'm broke. He figured the market was flooded with decent loot, but nothing got. Folks, swap classes, grab starter kits, and upgrade later. He totally knew. Rich whales see this stuff as pure garbage. 0 demand. It's useless and a nightmare to sell. Then the reforge icon popped up. Score. Grinning, he wondered if Abyss Tech worked out here. Boom. The altar of reforging spawned right there. Left cause the cramp spot nearly dropped it on his noggin. Time to boost stats. Rare, to epic. Then legendary, prices jumped tenfold per tier. Shaw held a hunter's long sword, level 17 wreck, tossed it in. Low tier junk, unsellable, perfect guinea pig. Then he saw reforge failed alert. Wait, was the gear level too high? Or maybe he needed more points. He tried the Titan arm, chucked it right into the altar. Alert popped. Titan arm fragment obtained. Total trash. Dude wailed, 100 grand. Gone in a puff of smoke. If it ain't the gear, he muttered, this machine is buggy. Wondered where this busted altar even came from. Used eye of discernment. To scan the thing, screen flashed, revealing its true colors. He read the description. Altar of trash, better gear equals higher fail rate. He grinned. So basically, this station is optimized for garbage. Did the god of trash curse him? All his loot was weird junk anyway. If it wants trash, he laughed. I'm the expert. Smirked at the weird logic. A station where junk gets buffed. He tossed in a chipped along Zord he found rotting on a battlefield. Ding! Reforged successful. He got a one-of-a-kind collector's item. Stoked. He realized this. Trash altar was actually sweet loot. With his inventory full of garbage, he's basically printing money. Grinning like a maniac, he got to work. Another success. Snagged a unique long bow with a silk soft string. Another ding. Another win. Unique staff acquired. Next roll. He scored a custom hammer glowing with legit thunder and lightning vibes. Every reroll was a win. He junked the trash gear to farm stat points. Boom. Dozens of unique items crafted just like that. Shin checked his HUD. Scavenger level 1, unlocked. No mob killing? Gaining XP just by crafting was insane. He basically speedran the hardest grind in a few hours. Dude was totally hyped. Now to turn this loot into cash with his new hunter card. Later, a suit grinned at him. Where'd a kid find all this? Shin kept his poker face and ... said being level 1 didn't stop him from hoarding epic loot. Telling the truth? Yeah, that would just bring drama. The buyer smirked. Fair point. Collectors aren't about levels, he added. It is about ... taste. And this stash proves you are a heavy hitter. Shin mentioned he still had a ton of ... goodies left. If the price was right, he would sell the lot. The guy laughed. whipped out a calc, and punched in a huge offer. He popped into the hall and yelled, "Prep the VIP room. Get this kid a platinum card." Shin held the card. Platinum status. Now we are talking. Suddenly, a huge jerk spun around, cursing. "Stop staring. Creep." Shin apologized. "My bad, just zoning out." The bully mocked Shin's cheap market outfit immediately. "You got a death wish? What guild you repping, loser?" Shin introduced himself. "I ride solo. No guild." "Makes sense," the brute sneered. "That is why you look broke. I am Lan of Tadas Guild, the Mad Blade Herod of me." Shin remembered that Tadas members were ... total battle freaks. Engaging was a waste of time. He waved, said sorry again, and tried to dip. Lan drew his sword. "You think Sara cuts it?" He accused Shin of crashing the party uninvited. Shin stayed chill. "This is World Guild turf. Fight me. You are done." That just made the furious. "A nobody like you walk in my path." As if he hollered for security. "Acti all." Entitled, demanding they hunt down the intruder. Guards stepped up, but the appraiser ran back, beaming. He rushed straight to Shin. "Sir, why use the lobby? Platinum members have a private gate." Lan yelled that the manager was hallucinating ... and told guards to grab Shin. Instead, they grabbed Lan. The manager bowed to Shin. "Please, forgive the mess." Lan went nuts, screaming, "Hands off. I am a VIP. Chill or I snitch to the boss and ban you," the guard warned. The appraiser let him scope the auction and pointed the way. He warned it was just noob gear displayed out. He'd care. He smirked, claiming a totally diff vibe, saying one man's trash is another's treasure. Sheong's ears perked up at that chat. The guy looked. "Facts," he said, waving him inside. A mob buzzed about how the house dropped some sick rare loot for sale. Broke or not, collectors were dying to cop it. Kun saw his merch flew off the shelf. Easy money. Stoked he could just craft and flip stuff here. The MC kicked off the blind auction rules. Might be epic, might be trash. So absolutely no. Returns or backing out. He hyped. "Let's go." Instantly, a flashy ring appeared for 500,000. The scanned it. He figured the opening lot was bait to hype the crowd, likely a scam. And 0 people were rushing to drop cash. Kin grinned. "Time to troll. 1 million, he yelled. Xiaopeng raged. Seeing the ring was junk, the host asked if anyone wanted to top the bid. Folks saw the VI bid. "Only loaded jerks sit up there," one said. Some figured it must be legit loot. Guy bid 1,100,000. Host hyped it up. Suddenly, everyone started jumping in the bidding. With the hype reel, a dude dropped 2.5 million. The crowd below gasped. "That's steep." VIP bid again. A guy yelled, "It's gotta be rare." Shoangi decided he couldn't just watch. 3 million, he bragged. "I'm taking this home." The kid coolly replied, 4 million. Whatever, he had 79 million in the bank. Lan fumed. That punk was totally playing him. His sidekick whispered, "Don't lose your cool. He's a player." Shang spat. "I underestimated him. If he wants it, it's gold. I can't let him win." Fist clenched, the guy screamed, 5 million. A spectator noted. "That 5 million usually buys a whole unique outfit. Dropping that on a maybe, they'll go broke," an old man said. Lan jumped up, roasting him. "Bro, you're just a solo noob. Your net worth is pocket change." The young man said nothing, just gave him the dead fish eyes. Then, he casually raised a finger. 10 million. Lan flipped out. 10 million? No way a solo scrub has that. That's enough to fund a whole guild. "You liar!" He screamed for a balance check, claiming the guy was just trolling the auction. Even VIPs can't fake bids here. The host checked the screen. Funds verified. The crowd gas-dotted was actually loaded. Lan ground his teeth, thinking, "No way I'm letting this rondo clown me. Asterisk, I'm repping a top-tier guild here." He glared at the kid, furious. He wasn't gonna let some solo player treat him like dirt. Sweating, he gritted out. 10.5 million. Our hero shot up. 100 million. Lan looked like he swallowed a bug. Literally foaming, speechless. Hero smirked. "Blow it all on garbage today. Craft got to your loot tomorrow. Easy." The room went dead silent, so the host started the countdown, taking his sweet time. Lan was spiraling. Asterisk-wise, he dropped in 100 mil. Must be epic loot. Asterisk. Asterisk, is it a hidden artifact? He was panic thinking. Asterisk, maybe this kid sees stats. We can't. A hidden gem? He remembered seeing the appraiser whispering to the kid earlier. Lan made up his mind, thinking, asterisk, this kid's a pro. If he wants it, I need it. Asterisk. The host kept counting. Nobody else cared about the dusty ring. Suddenly, Lan screamed, 200 million. The crowd went nuts. That's guild bankrupting money right there. Lan stood up, gloating at our hero. "Got more cash, kid. Or just a big mouth. Come on, outbid me. Let me show you what real guild money looks like." Hero let out a huge sigh. You win. You're too rich for me. It's yours. Lan cheered, throwing insults. Ha! Knew you were bluffing. You don't deserve this treasure. His assistant whispered. Boss, we came for gear for the squad. Double quotes, ... And you blew 200 mil on a ring? The boss is gonna kill us. But Lan was too busy flexing. The host beamed. Sold to Mr. Lan. Give him a round of applause. The grinned. Mystery items can be legendary. ... But sometimes, trash is just trash. The scan result popped up. Rusty iron ring. Stats. Attack +1. Lame. Jin smirked. His cheat skill never lied. He knew it was junk the whole time. Meanwhile, Lan was screaming for the ring to be show off that godly loot so the squad can see the flop. Scanning started. Room went dead silent. Total suspense mode. Pop-up says, just a crusty, basic iron ring. So lame? Crowd gasped. Sheong froze. Stuttering iron? For real. Bro was so not ready for that massive sweating buckets? He asks again. Wait, seriously? Just iron? Lon screamed its yees. Faults blamed him for the hype. So now he's crying for a refund. Claimed his 200 million bid was just a goof. My bad. Host wasn't having it. Said rules are rules. Pay up or your guild gets wrecked by the World Guild. Guard snatched Shying up, dragging him off to pay his debt. No escape, buddy. Lan yelled he's a jerk and he just got unlucky. Tried wiggling out of the grip. Chin wiped a whole guild without lifting a finger. Savage. For a plat VIP, just another Tuesday. Host Childen moved to the next drop. Unique transformation necklace. Up next. Hero thought. Perfect gift for time to bargain. So my guy smirked and bid exactly 1 yuan. Trolling hard. Crowd thought Mr. Platt was baiting another victim. Everyone agreed. Don't bid, it's a trap. Figured he was a plant rigging the game. Host grinned, asked for bids. Silence. Everyone thought it was a scam. Asked if anyone dared. To top him, flexing his huge wallet again, adding how confusion works in his favor. Sold. Host scratched a VIP, taking it for 1 coin. Steal. Bidders were salty. Nobody raised it. Hero checked his phone, staring hard. Saw he made bank. Huge gains. Notif popped. 180 mil profit. Cha-chin smiled. Time to buy something actually cool. Realtor lady pushed a basic flat. Said fancy stuffs for ball. He cut her off. Said skip the tour. I'm taking the penthouse. She apologized, saying, kid, look, that pad is for the mega rich only. Got in her face, full cash, up front, right now. Then dropped a request, ready by noon. Moving in today. Chop chop, Bard asked. Bro, you vanished, AM. Now you're in a mansion, PM. How? Guy just said. Ceiling so high you could go full beast mode and not bonk your head. Sis was shoot. Bro was like, told ya. Smash this crib. We'll just buy another. Flex took her to the window. No more struggling, fam. Only W's from now on. Ton tapped out. Voices fried. No more karaoke. Girl was like, I'm gonna pop too much food. Hero's chilling on the balcony, soaking up city vibes. Lou pulls up. She's like, you good? He goes, just vibing, needing air, ... Double quotes, ... Fancy crib. But the smog's still nasty though. Xingjian, bro, you grinded for this level up. Be happy. Grats on the hunter badge. You made it. Thanks, best. Lou, it's party time. Fix that resting gloom face. Hands him a gem. Here, got you a little something. He bugged out. Wait, ain't that the same rock? Sheila, re-gifting it back to Yasu. Wore this bling every raid for years. It's lucky. Kept it to remember. There are crazy folks out there. ... Dubby quotes. ... Peeps who fight destiny like boss battles. Zero fear. Elle thought this charm gave her plot armor. Survived messes because of it. Or maybe just RNG. Smiles. Actually, scratch that. Skill issue, not luck. Egos. Real talk though. ... Talk is cheap. Throw hands or go home. Stare down the bad guy and he zips it. Domination. She grinned. That attitude. That's why I stan you. Gems cheap, but the sentimental value. Priceless. Stared him down and dropped a bomb. Mansion or dump. Don't care. I dig you anywhere. E's like, getting rich instantly is kinda boring. Give me street meat and a cold one over fancy wine. But I need that bag for the plan you mentioned. Looked at Lou. You said cash equals my own squad, right? She nodded. Yep, but it's gonna cost major stacks. Kin, I want to build a guild and hit the hardest zones. Solo play is tough. Xingjian agreed. Popped his golden rune, the loot from his test. If I can't follow the meta, I'll just rewrite the rules. Late night vibes. Heroes on trash duty, walking slow like an NPC. Fancy place, but trash runs are a total pain, he thought. Gotta trek downstairs and hike. 100 meters. Do rich people not make trash? Random dude pulls up. Yo servant, you breaking rules? Dude claims the helping, This fancy building dump trash in a spot, adding, that dragging filth here is cringe, cause people will think we're broke. Our boy Chin was like, I'm Chin, not a butler. I literally own a pad here. Rondo tosses a banana peel at him. Richu, folks live here. We don't do trash duty. Guessing Chin was just a hired help. He spins around, clean this mess, get out, and vanish. Hero pops his skill. Dude cursed, screaming, what the heck? Chin glared. You're trash. Brett, pick it up. Nicely. Guy hits the floor, confused how the help owned him. System pinged Chin. Target immobilized. 0 combat skills left. So he asks again, pick up the garbage. Guy grits his teeth, swearing revenge. How dare you? Then Chin sees a pop-up. Target buff strength with Titan power. Seconds later, another ping. Titan buff failed against legendary body control. Dude was still glued to the floor. He's salty. How'd a moron get a legendary skill? Chin chills, gravity vortex from a boss monster, beat your pro school tricks. Guy figured the kid looked weak, just a servant, hauling trash who got lucky with a sneak attack. Chin looks down, pick it up. Now, dude yells, okay, I'm doing it. Hero walks off. Rich or poor, drama is everywhere. Then he totally remembered. He had business at his old crib. Sighed. Old crystals cost more. Same with houses. Older means landlord says, can't rent. Some baller bought it. Paid 50 years up front. Hero grinned. That ball. Me. Land's mine now too. At World Guild HQ, they gossiped about a buyer dropping 200 million on tattoos, though Lia Feng got a discount. One guy notes their money is tied up in the guild, so drama is bad. Who's the other buyer? Other dude says he popped up at Hunter Evaluation and snagged a full license. Heard he ran with the Blood Oath crew, but they're defunct. Guy says the crystal sensed some totally weird vibes coming from the dude. Plus, the magic residue at the death spot and the lab matched perfectly. The guy's eyes practically popped out as he glared at the screen, realizing this kid rocked a super rare character class. It was an unlisted job that would totally wreck the current meta. Pretty soon, absolute chaos was gonna smash their setup. He scowled, but said to chill, the kid'll behave. He stared ahead, thinking about how they're basically the big bosses of this era. And in God mode, everyone else just has to stick to the script. Chin strutted in, flashed his rune, and said he wants to start a squad. The receptionist asked if he actually knew the guild recs, and noted he needs to cough up 50 million just to register. She added that he's got to be officially qualified to, like needing a license to hit the restricted abyss zones. He just shrugged and said the cash wasn't an issue. The clerk mentioned the Hunter Hall was packed with folks looking to join up so he could find his 4 teammates there. Suddenly, an announcement blared that Team Scavenger was hiring. The crowd instantly started gossiping about the squad name. Some figured joining a tiny team at the start was totally pointless. Ken asked why the group was ranked E. She said the system did it, so he's stuck recycling trash loot. Our hero sighed, realizing he was back to dumpster diving. The dude he met by the trash cans just cracked up and teased that the kid went from tossing trash to collecting it. He added that today Chin was going to learn exactly how expensive it was to disrespect him for kicks. The kid stayed silent, hearing whispers that the guy was a total nepo baby. The other players also noted that anyone crossing that dude usually got wrecked. They bet the new squad would flop the second it started. Someone said he's just recruiting and to save the drama for later. The guy shot back that the kid means nothing to him and they won't fix this. So, easily, but if he begs and handles the trash, maybe he'll let him slide. Our hero clapped back. That the dude wasn't even worth recycling. A brawl almost sparked, but he got pulled away. His boys told him to chill out and not get so worked up, suggesting they just watch the loser fail to recruit anyone. Suddenly, some random dude shouted that he wanted to join the squad. It was Joe Tong, someone whispered. That he can't buff to save his life total trash tier teammate. He asked the bard if he was still scared of being a reject. The guy admitted his rep was so bad that no normal squad would touch him. He grinned, saying if Chin said yes, he'd walk through fire just to back him up. Our hero blinked, asking if every other crew had ghosted him. Baton admitted he knew the guy would struggle to build a squad, so he decided to step up. The kid smirked. Ranks are lame. Trash duty is our vibe. The bard chuckled, betting the guy had a cheat code hidden in serious cash to burn. He noted cash can't fix it all. Only raw power gets respect. Foz stepped up to confirm facts, saying he'd take the top 10. Scrubs could get lost. Dude swarmed him instantly, loudly flexing stats and classes, desperate to get picked. Bard saw the geezers kissing up, cause Foz dad ran the show. Foz soaked up the praise, saying they actually had brains, unlike the garbage pile over there. A girl strolled in, and the guild staff flagged her down. The clerk said only 2 squads were left. Lynn looked super smug. She asked what kind of dumped this was and who made a crew at the last second. Tun spotted the hot mage, who'd just aced her exams. The bard claimed she carried. Last raid she's OP, he said. Let's poach her now. Kin shrugged, cool with snagging a heavy hitter. Joe winked, promising it was already in the bag. But Fosse slid in first, eyeing the mage for himself. He bragged about his team, Heart of the Hunt, and invited her. Skip the scavenger house, he sneered. They totally suck. Tun sweated buckets, thinking they'd already lost the loot. But the girl cut him off, saying she was good and had already picked a squad. Fa froze. He couldn't grasp why she'd pick trash and waste her talent. She walked right up to Kin, handhouse, and praised a team name. Tun gasped. Really? So, she chirped, you gonna let me join, or what? Name's yelling. Fire mage. She grinned. The boys said hi. Our hero welcomed her, saying their door was open to all. He shook her hand. She blushed a bit, but stayed put. He offered snacks. She made a face. No thanks. Ignoring her vibe, he asked a clerk for food ASAP. The menu arrived, and Lin shouted, okay, I'll take one of everything on this. Chin panicked at the price. Fa ground his teeth at the snub. His pal said she was weird, and they had enough mages anyway. San stood there, absolutely fuming. He tried to bail, telling the squad to make a hole. Heads turned, and Tun instantly clocked the new guy. It was wooing. Faya went totally ballistic, screaming her head off. Dude was hollering for a priest, like he needed saving. Stat. Rumors flew that this kid wiped out every squad he ever joined. Total walking disaster, basically a bad luck magnet. Our hero stared him down, thinking, yeah, this guy reeks of doom. He rolled up to Ye, claiming he felt his vibes at the world. Guild H. Quand. Oh yeah, they had beef to settle. Ye smirked. We're hiring. Wanna hop on the crazy train? The guy ghosted the question and just marched him over. To Lin, grabbing a chunk of her cake bear. She was not amused. Stuffing his face, he mumbled, I'm in, unless you're too chicken. Wallman hung around our squad and trashed him loud and clear, knowing the kid was trouble. Fa piped up. Who hasn't rocked any actual gear in years? His luck is so trash, he only finds garbage. Yay, asked the K-thief, if his luck really cursed his wardrobe that bad. Guy nodded. Yup, 100% cursed. Min shrugged. I just run errands to pay the bills anyway. If the gig is fun, I don't care if the loot is total trash. Others hate it though. Ye grinned, that was music to his ears. He high-fived. Woo, you're hired. We've been waiting for a weirdo like you. Secretly, Ye figured, the crazier the loot, the better his upgrades would turn out. Fa cracked up. You're recruiting the garbage man. Literal trash collector. The abyss is gonna eat your squad for breakfast, he sneered. But I'll kill you first. Then he dropped the bomb. Actually, I'm joining you guys. Ye told him, prepare to be bored. I'm not feeding anyone to the abyss. Faya noticed the guy eyeing Ye, looked seriously jacked. Another whisper. He's cursed. All his buddies end up dead. Cial sneered. Jerkins collecting morons. Who'd want to join that circus? Ye, Jess smiled. That makes 3 of us. Just need one more body to make it official before the deadline. The bard was sweating bullets, realizing they were basically social outcasts. You'd glanced around, realizing he and Min were totally scaring off any normal recruits. Fa mocked him. TikTok, you'll never get a full squad. Your app is toast. I actually told the judges to scrap your form myself, he added with a smirk. You'll never lead again. Heck, kiss your license, goodbye to... The boys shot back. Joke's on you. We're full. Gray hair just let out a nasty little laugh. He eyed the bard. That wimpy chicken? The bard looked ready to faint. He called the mage dumb, so she zipped it and sighed at her rival. Guys, take the most heat. Faya called him a jinx and a moron, adding that he can't count there are 4 members, not 5. Our hero stared down his enemy. He smirked and claimed there were actually 5 of them. A girl dashed over, yapping about getting stuck in the abyss and nearly dying. It was Lucin Jan. She gasped and said she was down for whatever. Fa and his crew gawked at the girl, totally shook. One guy realized she's from the Lu family, the World League sponsors. Youngest kid, but she's got clout. San flipped out that she was hanging with Chin. He noted Xingjian is famous for being a rebel. She ditched family training and got locked out of the good loot. Fa told his squad it was time to bounce. The kid asked about scavengers, but the man said, nah, we're good without M. The clerk confirmed the scavenger crew was legit and green. She gave the roster and said they could take gigs. He asked if they could tag along on the Heart of the Hunt into the rank abyss and grab the loot. Fa yelled that an E-rank scrub couldn't mess with their rank mission, but the guy said the rank didn't matter. If there's a slot, they're in. The attendant approved it, so they could join. The Heart of the Hunt mission. Fa was fuming. The guy suggested they chill and work together. I mean, our rank pays big bucks, Fa snapped, saying if he wanted to pick up his trash, fine. He promised he'd only leave scraps and called him a pathetic puppy. That just cracked the guy up. He joked. Captain. Tung asked if Chin volunteered to be a slave. And he said, nope, being a garbage man gets you into any abyss. No restriction. Plus, they get access to high rank zones. Major win. The bard grinned. Classic move. He expected a scavenger gig, but the Koopa hunt was lucky. Now they have the black stone key to the Black Tower. The guy told his crew Fa got that job for a reason. But since he has connections, he knows the key opens a trial where rewards depend on floors cleared. You can lift curses there, or cure hopeless diseases. Lin added, you can revive people who died in the abyss. Lots try, few succeed. Laup said the winners are top tier now, like her siblings. Tone laughed and noted that, everyone knew about the key but him. Will I be a superstar? He asked. Nope, he pouted, deciding to just get buff instead to kill the boredom. E grinned and dropped some info. The key was right there. With luck, they'd snag it first. The bard was totally shook and asked the hero when he schemed this up, considering his vibe. But the dude said recruiting was way easier than expected. He chirped that it worked out. Way better. The scavenger crew just stared, totally confused. Soon, both squads hit the portal leading to the abyss. Tun was freaking out. Sweating at the sky view, he threw hands up yelling, epic! No cramped dungeon walls. Mind blown. He explained open world, abysses lack rooms or signs. It's super risky since you might get totally lost and stuck. Hero-eyed, the girls' outfits, sunblock, obviously, they said. The bard dropped bars while they walked in silence. Through the sand moon, absolutely loathed. Facetti hated the open space. How much farther? Reports said there's a central oasis with a fortress. Sign was totally shocked. He griped about seeing 0 green and 0 monsters. Nothing like the Orang Abyss. One dude felt off. Birds circled like they were prepped to dive. His rival looked up, screaming, weapons up, those are harpies. He noted that being exposed like this gave air monsters a huge advantage. He asked the scavengers why they weren't hiding. Death wish much, he asked. What's to fear? Harpies just drop people, mostly harmless. His rivals scoffed, if any get grabbed, they're just weak. A heart member said they were just here for leftovers. Don't maca. Lucky the boss lets you tag along. While they were yapping, the harpies dove closer. They fought, uselessly. The monsters weren't quitting. A heart member got snagged, screaming for help. His buddy jumped for his leg but missed. He curts. Seconds later, nobody knew what just hit. The grabbed player dropped. Dust went everywhere. Lin watched, thinking the heart crew really was elite. She popped 2 fingers. To her lips, pouting. Looks like a fan club meeting. Dude shook with rage, yelling, I was distracted. Would have hit otherwise? Sheen saw they weren't. Sticking to spots and were pro-level blame shifters. Classic moves for the heart of hunting squad. Meanwhile, harpies were getting way too cozy. No retreat from them. The guildies were freaking out. One tried to warn M, but his buddy realized they asked for it. Let's see if they survive. Our hero squinted, locking eyes on the beasts. Running? Nah. Sword spawned, and he swung hard. The hunting heart's crew were shook, asking, the heck was that? One guy trembled. One hit KO? How? He gasped. Total luck. Harpy dropped close. Dude was vibrating with fear. He froze. The beast was inching toward him. Brain empty. He barely managed to scream. Then, E showed up and casually wrecked the harpy. Squatting, he quipped, harpies here, everything. Keep screaming. You'll invite the whole flock. Don't wanna die. Zip it and move. Fa was scrapping with monsters, totally crushing it. The squad members who were nearby were going ham on the harpies. Soon, the birdies bailed. Players were hyped. Kensai him. Who hired these noobs? Totally useless. Kick him when we're done. Bard asked Chin, we clear or what? He replied, Loud Archer drew aggro. He's the target. Lou said these monsters aren't buff, but they target the newbies. Bard asked Wellard if he looked like a snack. She said, harpies bypass tanks to hit the back. Tun, shut up fast. The hunting, Heartmage smirked. Scared him off. They won't dare. But a sec later, his face dropped. Totally clueless about the vibe. Everyone panicked because the ground shook. Lou realized the birds fled from a bigger boss. Lin told Tung to hide. Toothy nightmares swarmed the dunes, and they were packing heat. Faz's jaw dropped. Ogre horde. He screamed, healers, back, tanks, on me, hold the front, scouts, flank, screen those mages. Scion sized up the competition and flexed, claiming he's a pro-raid leader who commands to facing 20 foes. He roared, let's show him some real guts. Fa didn't hesitate for a sec. He popped Titan strength and yeeted himself into the mosh pit. He went beast mode, sending monster limbs flying like confetti. The ogre squealed while Scion smirked, easy clap, total bots. He raised his weapon, screaming for his squad. to rush in, wipe 'em all out. Our MC chilled on the ledge, watching the drama unfold. He saw the ogres were mid, and the tryhards could handle the aggro. Lin asked, "We jumping in, or what?" Bard whined about going home. "Why teased? Thought you wanted gains?" Chin said, "If Scion wants to carry out of the kindness of his heart, let him sweat. I'll just loot the scraps." The ogre raged, flashing gnarly fangs and spouting gibberish. Direct mob flew at our squad, leaking pixels and blood everywhere. Our hero didn't even flinch. He just peeped that Fajerk tossed a corpse at them on purpose. Sand sneered, "You're alive? Hurry and loot that trash. It's your job." The guy looked down. "Brr, it's just vendor trash." System pinged. Luxstatner fed hard. Everyone side-eyed me. Bard laughed. "We'd delete that garbage. Heard anything? Under purple rarity is cringe." Then added, "Total gray junk." His eyes glowed. "Actually, I need those gray drops. They're OP for me." The rival squad was salty that not a single blue item dropped. No crits, just gray loot. Big, sad. Senk stared and raged. "Don't even bother unboxing this mess." Mage noted it was sus neither side was landing. Fa gripped his swords. Triggered, shaken. He cried, "RNG is rigged today. Even my pay-to-win lucky gear is bricked." Our boy watched from the side, noting that main mobs weren't rushing. "Kinda weird behavior," Lou noted. "Usually these mobs have zero chill and swarm like zergs when they see hunters." He said ever since that dark elf vibe check, he thought something was shady. Plus, the mobs are chatting. Our hero pointed. Look over there. Smoke signals rising behind the dunes." The ogres were chattering, teeth clicking like crazy. Thawa yelled, "Tanks hold. Healers, top 'em up. Def, less cocky now." The gunners were stoked they'd handled those scary beasts. Then someone screamed, "Ogres at 6. Totally didn't see that coming. There in the back, a voice cracked. Other tanks begged for help, as nets snagged them tight. A hunting heart dude pinged the boss, saying the rear's toast. "Should we smash through to M?" Fa shot back, "Nah, keep pushing. Stay on the offensive," the mage asked. "But what about the guys in Bach?" San roared, "Show these freaks where the trash belong." They'd pull aggro so the team could move up. The mage was like, "Got it," and whipped up a spell instantly to get it done. Poof! A purple cloud floated up. Seconds later, a ping confirmed the taunt landed. The monsters froze, looking totally lost. Then the boss pointed up, babbling nonsense. The guys spotted someone incoming. Mobs from the front leaked through. The bard called. Lin noted, "Bet they were lured here." And Luce grinned, "Haven't flexed our skills since the abyss." But Ya was like, "Don't do anything. Save mana and HP. Avoid fights for now." Lin pouted. "So, no magic either?" Chin eyed the ogre, mob circling M, said, "Let Hunting Heart mess with M first." Weapons spawned in his hands. "I'll handle the flanks," he said, diving straight into the fray. The monster down low just watched the show. They tried to net the kid, but missed hard. He stuck the landing on an ogre's back. Dual swords flashing. He took on the horde solo. Seconds later, ogres popped up behind him. They aimed to kill, but he leaped clear. Then he unleashed his skills on the creeps. Lou, watching like a hawk, noticed that Ya had leveled up big time lately. "He's so fast I can't even see his blades," she yelled. Monsters shrieked, dropping before they could hit back. Dude was so agile, ogre parts were flying everywhere. The sideline monsters watched, shaking in their boots. Some started bolting, crying like babies as they ran. Chun stared, shocked the beasts were bailing. Hunting Heart's mage cracked up, roasting the scavengers for getting wrecked by those ogres. Someone joked they're basically free meat shields for the team. Then Bam's smiles vanished. Eyes popped. Total shock mode activated, cause the beasts pulled a U-turn straight for M. Zero prep for that twist. Our MC chilled on the sidelines, eyeing the dust clouds, hearing the Heart crew screaming for backup. Just as he predicted, classic. Normal mobs are dumb. As rocks attack the weak, flee the strong. Kid's eyes went wide. These ogres are actually big. Suddenly, then a massive boom rocked the place seconds later. Hunters, sweating bullet. They one-shot the main tank. Va frowned, totally lost. "Yo, where's my heals?" A sweaty healer gasped. It happened too fast. One hit KO. He stared dead ahead. Saw a massive dust storm rushing his way. Seconds later, Big Toothy Freak appears with a mini-mob riding shotgun. Fa gripped his blades. It's a squad of high-level way buff like they're on nightmare mode. He whipped around and yelled for a regroup, but the squad screamed. They cut off our rear. We're totally circled. Chin realized the first wave was just bait, but he yelled in first anyway. Gripped his swords tight and slashed away. "Eyes blazing!" he roared. "Who's scared? With my Titan power, you're all trash." Minutes later, a massive ogre popped up, teeth gnashing. Boss was fuming mad. He looked up, screaming, "Just die already." Zero hesitation, he charged and punched its gut. Ogre blocked with a palm. Faz's sword hit it and almost snapped. Fa gritted his teeth, grimacing, sweat dripping down his face. The beast made a fist and smashed the ground hard. Lightning flew everywhere. San was totally shook. He cursed, "How's it got this kind of juice?" It spammed skills at him. He tried to fight back. Huntin' Heart's boss fought for his life. Teeth clenched tight. Useless. Beast tossed FA into the rocks. He lay there, wheezing. Boss started hollering for his squad. They were terrified, totally frozen. Someone yelled, "Save Zion," but a mob blocked them. They all dogpiled it, screaming, "Protect the leader." The tank went full aggro on the beast, smacking it and yelling, "Die already." Some noob archer let an arrow fly, and the shot hit the monster's head bullseye, but the beast just shrugged. Zero damage. Its eyes went demon mode, and it screeched like a rage-quitting gamer. Ogre belly flopped on the dude, who gritted out, "Is it GG yet?" The guy was totally clueless about what kind of freak show this was and why it wasn't glitching out yet. Girls like deaf necromancy vibes. Then screamed, "Everybody bail!" Gila ran to the Hunting Heart boss stuttering. "Bro, cooldowns are too long." FA hollered for the squad to pop smoke to drop aggro and ordered a tactical retreat. Esau, the chaos. Bodies turning into bombs, total necrospell junk. He whipped around and screamed to his team, "Social distance from the dead guys." A creep crept up on our hero, teeth chattering like crazy. Dude Sadai'd the beast, Sadai'd, and was like, "Time to recycle." Boom, trash mob pops up and starts recycling guts. Gross but effective. Lin saw the bods vanish. Bard thought Chin was wildly open. Ming slid over. "Yo, what hack is that? I'm super curious." Ease, like, no time. Gotta delete corpses before the shaman reses. Then he cussed. Said he planned a stealth cleanup. But now, speedrun mode. Fast and messy. Fa Long, with his crew, started yelling at the trash squad. Probably terrified. Science paused by why Cyan, he'd be nice and drop a sweet deal. Chin stared him down. "I'm all ears." "Bro, spill." Huntin' Heart's boss saw they wanted to flex. He asked, "What if I put in the official log, ... That scavenger house carried this fight. Huge rank boost for Hero shot back. That trash duty suited him fine. Then asked if Faye would whine about their skills if he meddled elsewhere, but the guy just laughed. Scan squinted, asking for real this time. Team up with Hunting Heart. The guys locked eyes, with the boss, silent for a hot minute. Awkward. Moments earlier, total madness. FA was raging, cursing up a storm. Saw the mobs and was like, "These guys are way too OP." Mage said, "Why face stank high-level mobs? Bad idea. Abyss is wide open. Just sneak past them. No farming needed." Fa decided to circle back to start. Sweating buckets, he realized. Wait, they'll aggro us anyway. The mage saw that. The boss hated those noob scavengers in the back. So, he suggested using MS bait. Feed him to the weakened mobs. San got hype. "That's a brilliant plan." Rival said if the scrubs croaked, zero blame cause his dad's a VIP. Dude smirked at E, asking, "What's the vibe?" Swore it was a legit invite, no cap. Bard whispered, "Heart just wants us as meat shields. Acting all nice so we don't catch on to the trap." Guy noted their squad went hard but almost got wiped. Ava trap. Lou hyped it as a sick workout with tough baddies though. Fa goes, "So what's the deal?" Said they'd treat him like a rank crew. Even promised a loot split at the end. Chin barely thought before saying, bet Bard panicked. Xingjian was stoked. Xing cheered, calling them worthy of the pick. Said they'd dive in first as friendship tokens. But the team was like, "We need a quick huddle first." Tun noted the guy was sus from day one, trying to ditch him. Yup. Hugged him. Kid asked if he was for real. Hero tossed him a shield for the clutch moments. Joe was shoot. Cause it was legendary tier. Crying he was broke for repairs. But why low? If it breaks, trash it. I got you. Then, he faced Lou. Asked if she could heal. Night skills, right? She hesitated, but figured why not. Guy smirked. Called her the nurse. She got super salty. Chin told her to chill. Backrows got her back. Joe, and Lin, too, said only Xingjian could tank. Bard was shaking, trusting her with his life. Lin waved, "I ain't glass, but Lou's shoulder, counting on you. Protect us, K." She nodded. Tong told the two aim at close mobs, but stay clear. Hero looked at the guys. Dude had his weapon shouldered, picking his nose. Saya, staring. "I ain't dying," he scoffed. Chin was chill, "Don't care. Goal's the same." Smiled, said there. "Squad crushes the boss, so ignore those clowns." F said, "Tighten up. Just lure the creeps out. Watch the tiny ones. They ride big guys and go boom." And our squad rolled out. Guy thought idiots, rushing in with zero buffs. Told his crew, "Scram. When the trash crew wipes, mobs turn on us." Teen calmly walked up to the mobs and yelled, "Come get some." Seconds later, mobs were total toast. Huge freaks popped out of the red fog, packing serious heat. One creep grinned with glowing eyes, muttering total gibberish. Seeing them vibe, he figured he needed to decode their chatter. The system did. Intel check passed. Now he totally gets what the beasts are saying. The beasts yelled their ogre squad. Was heaven sent to guard the king's crib? Trespassers get wrecked. Ton, hiding behind. The Hill called it top-tier brainwashing. That freaks the boss mage, and once he gets smoked, the rest won't be scary at all. Then, the beasts grabbed a chopper so huge it took a crew to lift. Bard's eyes went wide. Totally shook. He noted that weapon was massive. Alerts popped. Big guy healed up and used a giant stacking buff. Joe yelled the beast had crazy HP, thick armor, and a huge axe, then whispered he was totally gonna get wrecked. He peeped where the enemies were. Saw they were bait. Just kept around for fresh meat. Ming asked, "Yeah, what's the play?" Said the necro wants bomb fodder. They'll wreck the undead too. Chin called dibs on slicing, told the kid to clear the trash. He said bet and ran to do it. Our hero yelled he wasn't done yet. The kid turned, smirked, and told the squad to listen up. Frowning, he gripped his gear. Leave no one alive. Lou stared ahead. Backlands are mine. Sword popped into her grip. Lin grinned, cast a spell. I'm gonna toast him. Ming summoned his gear. Lips sealed. Kept quiet. Tun looked scared, but promised to do his best. The fully loaded beasts charged, eyes glowing with hate. Ming went ham on the monsters. Heads and limbs flew everywhere. He didn't hold back. Dagger out, he yelled. He's leaving the runts for the loser. The guy just turned and nodded at the boss's order. A massive toothy freak came at our hero. It was raging and gnashing teeth. Joe and the girls watched, yelling why is totally crushing it. Lou and Lin wanted to fight but waited for the signal. Bard looked back, terrified. Monsters behind him, freaking out. He cast a skill, singing to trap the bad guys. It was his fate. Seconds later, beasts got chained up and raged hard. Tun fist pumped, nailed it. His singing leveled up. Lin realized the noob wasn't total dead weight. He opened his mouth, but she screamed, "Move, idiot!" Bard poked him. "Hello, I'm literally standing right here." Boss said, "Roast em." Lin shrugged. Before they go, boom. The dude glanced over. Oh great, the ogres are back. They were tunneling like oversized, angry moles. Boom, mage, spawn. She was ready to light it up. Zero hesitation. She cast her skill and toasted M. Just wondering if those wormholes linked up. Extra crispy, Lin cheered. Tun sighed. You're a walking hazard. Sangjang glared at her and said Natswa, but stay behind the maniac. Guys, I'll tank and heal. Then Lin screamed, creeps on my 6. But Lou just snapped her. Fingers, no more Joe and Lin, bugged out. Whoa, she's actually Xing Jin stared ahead, looking totally bummed, wondering where Yehan disappeared too. Meanwhile, he was 1v1, ing a raging orc with a massive axe. System ping. Rampage mode. Damage plus 100%. He scoffed. Don't care how high the buff is. Can't kill what you can't hit. The beast swiped. He gripped his gear tight. He spun around. Hand out. Here you dropped your trash. The orcs raged. Then kaboom. Fa grinned. Super satisfying. By the sound of it, the scavengers were toast. Suddenly, a boss mob appeared and ate its own minion. He blinked. Yo, eating your homies for buffs. That's messed up. The beast shrieked, eyes glowing with pure rage. It charged. He squinted. That tail's nerfing your stats, bruh. The dude peered ahead. Alert popped Agma. Skeleton mode? Real form. The monster bits were blazing, torching everything nearby. Lou healed Lin. My magic touch is regening your HP. Burns are gone. Lin high-fived her. Tun parried a hit. Where'd Sword Uncle go? I lost him. Min sneered at the noobs talking about me. The girl nodded. Weird Uncle lives. So, chill out. Bard scolded the guy. Ever heard of caring? We struggled while you AFK'd. Ming clapped back that he was actually helping. My curse kills, yours just tickles. Lee was shaking and sweating. Knew she was failing hard at babysitting. Unlucky guy grumbled. I'm just filler here. I'm a merc, remember? A beast pounced on the guy, but he one-shotted it instantly. Chill. He eyed them coldly. I'm charging per head now. Meanwhile, our boy backstabbed the boss monster. Sweat dripped. He was totally confused. The sand was wrecking his moves. The beast crept toward the stuck kid. Chin gritted his teeth. Time for gravity hacks. He knew that move wrecked you if you were grounded. No thinking berserk, mode on. This couldn't last. Gotta get savage. The wrecked beast gripped tight and closed in. But he flanked it, cheering. The monster spun around. Clueless. It was absolutely fuming. Chin saw the alert. Perfect parry. But Agma's smash still hurt. User took 30% damage. The kid hit back, slicing its palm. E saw the debuff, stuck. No dodge skills allowed. The monster closed in on the kid, who was blocked and couldn't bail. Quick fix, summon a trash mob to scrap it. But first, gotta yeet out of there. His pal pulled him out fast. Safe now. Chin started healing. The beast wasn't quitting. It charged. Hero started scrapping gear ASAP. Seconds later, the beast was in his face. Swinging, he saw the severe tendons pop up that tanked Ogma's speed and turning. It shrieked, gnashing teeth, eyes burning with hate. System ping, HP at 75%. Eyes wide, the kid saw the beast's health bar drop. So he kept the pressure on.